Wow, Chukwu Di Ya ma ekene mụ na ekene nwoke kene nwaanyị kene ikwu kene ibe kene nze na ọzọ kene ụmụ okoro Igbo ji ide ebube kene ụmụada na ụmụ ọkpụ kene ndị chi anyị Igbo niile ndị mbụ na ndị egede kene nne mụrụ Igbo na nna mụrụ Igbo afọ mụrụ ọmụmụ ada mmụọ na ekene m mmụọ niile Igbo ji ide ebube kene mmụọ na-emere Igbo ihe kene anya na ụbọchị naanị Igbo ji ide ebube kene mmụọ nwe ya nwa ahịa na-ekene mmụọ eke mmụọ oye kene mmụọ afọ kene mmụọ nkwọ kene mmiri niile nọ n'ala Igbo kene mmụọ nwe ya wụ mmiri kene aja ala Igbo nna kene elu kene anị kene ezi n'ụzọ ada mmụọ na-ekene ụnụ wee kene mmụọ na-emere Igbo ihe na mmụọ Igbo na-emere ihe kene aja ala Igbo nna kene mmụọ Igbo ji ide ebube kene mmụọ eji wee biwe ala Igbo wee kene Chukwu okike abịa nna m ana m ekene gị ụmụnne nke ka unu dị mgbede ọma ama na ahụ siri unu ike na abịabugo m bifo ọ dịka YouTube m amanụ m ife njeje pika ya ije time ọ dị destin so nje off life chọwazie the problem mụ na-enwe iwe na mbịa late ezesiala m ọrụ bata fat ebu m onwe m ebu wee bata enwewara mmadụ ibu onwe ya ebu taa ka si buru onwe m bata gbum diligodo ana lagodu nnọọ obere ụra wee nwetakwazị onwe m o wee wụrụ ike ọgwụgwụ so nwere ife ọzọ ahụ nọọ ike gwụrụ alụ ada so gbakwanụ mbọ ma mmadụ inye ahụ ife ọ chọrọ dị ezigbote mkpa karịsịa so enyekwara m ahụ m ihe ọ chọrọ kenekwe Chineke because na ọ dịghị izi ka anyị gaa n'iru ewepụrụ m ya ewepụ na anya ife na-eme na zoo mgbe emesiala.
You know what? Nigerians, we are at war with bandits. We are at war with bandits. You know when I say we are at war with bandits, some of them don't understand what they mean by we are at war. We dare war with bandits. I'm telling you for, and the worst part of it is that the mainstream media, Nigerian mainstream media, is not showing anything. They are not even showing it at all. At all. But you know the story. I gave you my word that as they hide them, me Alhaji, I'm going to bring her out. Today is the 10th of November 2025. Monday. And also a black Monday for the people of Guduguru community in Obi local government area of Nasarawa State. A black Monday. Black Monday. The bodies you're seeing here are the bodies of 3 able young men. The Reverend Father Taylor Gulu, Andy Zona, and Dele Zegule. I don't know if I pronounce the Zegule well or Hegule. The thing is spelled as Z-H-E-G-L-U. I don't know if I pronounce it well, but these are the 3 bodies you are seeing here. This morning, these guys were unalived this morning by a bandit around 11:45 a.m. in the morning. Remember, today is the 10th of November 2025. They unalive them today. While, according to reports, these guys were coming back from a burial visit. They went to visit somebody who lost, and they were ambushed this morning. The media will not show you. These are the bodies there. You know, I had to blur it because of Facebook policy. If I had to show you the whole thing, they might strike my page. So I had to blur it. You get? So these are the 3 bodies you're seeing here. They were attacked this morning and shot to death by terrorists, aka bandits, in Obi local government area of Nasarawa State. The media will not show you. They will not. I always tell you this thing. If they hide them, Alhaji will bring them out. Today is a Black Monday for the youth and the community of Duduguru in Nasarawa State. This morning, this one happened this morning. 11:45, when they give you this thing, and they give you time, and they give you dates, and they give you local government, and they give you the thing happen, and they give you states. So that last, if you get somebody from that place, like you have somebody from that community, why I'm putting all these things there now? If you have somebody from that community, you know anybody from that community, you can put call across. Bro, is it true that something like this happened this morning around 11:45? That 3 people were shot to death, and one of them happened to be a reverend father? And to just put a call across and verify for yourself if this thing happened. That's why I'm putting all this thing. I put you dates, I give you local government, I give you time, I give you states. You understand? So this one happened today. Nigerians, we are at war. We need help. Let's stop painting it. Let's stop painting it. We are losing our lives day by day. You know the story? If they hide them, Alhaji will bring her out. May the soul of the departed rest in perfect peace, and may God console the family of the departed.
I thank God the name when this man. Yana also yana chiemaka OCJ and with all these informations. So nayama amalom umunem non ununa bata una anesha ununa bata una anesha. Kai genu no sonkwa if only equal before I name move forward, or before I move forward na this matter. Only eventually go to first. Yeah. Before I move forward, you know, na man I make it. Can go see on something. Because Iman agwa mono that now. So can go see on here. After can go chalon here, may go yes, Nazo. Because this woman is a criminal. And the man will put her criminality all the time. Chena kaimo tozo, made you way complete your information. Because Ngozi Olabeze Bela fundraising, scam fundraising on Saturday. I don't want to go into rubbish. I don't need me. Man, actually, me go see no something. Ima agwala mono na agwala mono say that in agwala mono say that after ko boast to Chalayana Luze, men cause or ye say to example Nanambla State, or say to example Nanambla State. Owelu Saturday, udie da me. Because no man under the say on this zombie. Because some man under the say no can never ask a question. Nandi the say I say one or two channel na gafe, I say I gafe go. But I'm one no when eso nanda because I will bring that lie for her. That is Ganunte kono no if this criminal could hear. Ganunte.
Boiled down to how we are able to protect our land from the reintegrated terrorists brought in by the Nigerian government So we must continue.
I want to watch how down this woman no here. Very down. Or they see or they shout, or they or the dance. Now see or see so cool not down. All pipe no low. Go away, kiss calm. Woman, I carry go. Oje put their criminal mandate rubbish. Family. We be power. Power go back. This woman na pharmacy Diana Jindo tie no lo. Oji ajisie ike. Chena na mabia. This woman na pharmacy Diana Jindo tie no lo jisie fike. Manonya come na wetere for one after the other.
To build those capacities, and this fundraising is part of that. We cannot fold our hands while the reintegrated terrorists brought in by Nigeria government comes in to kill us. Self-determination is our right. Self-defense is our right. Those of us that are in diaspora, we are all enjoying the good things in diaspora. Those of us in America, you are enjoying America because people have suffered, people have died to make America what it is today, that we are enjoying. It didn't just drop down from the blues. It didn't come down just from the air. People have suffered when America left Europe to come to America to stay. It is because of the colonialism, the suppression and oppression they were witnessing in that area that made them move away from Europe to come and settle in the current United States of America. And most of us that are in America enjoying these things, you must recognize that to build to the level where we want it to be, there must be sacrifices. So when we tell you to donate,
so
oh boy,
you do it. This is also about we be ncholo ebo. Ngozi ala bu gwolo Fulani people's club of criminal. But ale gwa unu that na unu ye donate ego ke wole protect his Jigawa, Sokoto, Kanu, Kaduna, North Igbo land. This criminal come out again with another game to scam our people, to lie for something not I I'm not this woman or so I will call fat. I'm not me found I don't know what this woman thinks she is. A very useless woman, criminal. A people's club criminal USB terrorist gang group. Then I need for neighbor nako. Somebody you know now people's club of Nigeria. Somebody cannot participate everything in Nigeria. Somebody can be proud about Nigeria. Somebody will a party on a presenting na Nigeria. Actually, me go soon what is happening in our land. Eba on us come to protect. Eba and this criminal calling goes on a Fulani People's Club of Nigeria terrorist group. Nene anya yene menu.
If there are people that should be in prison, all our past leaders should be gathered and be
claimed that they protect. This is what is going on in Biafra land. Where is that fundraising? Ngozola base and collect. Ebe God. Hello, say I never see you. Would God allow me? Eba losa. Ki ne check order ko bi fe puta. You an idiot. Onwere one man unu because unu buru mmadu na Anambra State. Ngozi Onabezo with a criminal gang group buru one man, a politician, na Anambra State on Saturday. I don't understand these people. Nena ni fene men. Chere ka ike go do emese unu ya afo. What is going on in Biafra land? Na ani bo mulu nze mu ozo. Ebe Ngozi Ola bu golo fula ni ne crème. Ne na emefo raising to protect. Ebe criminal Ngozi Ola bu golo fula ni commander in chief of terrorists. A challenge of get this nonsense People's Club of Nigeria. Nene,
imprisoned.
Actually, me by him, and I thank God if I be a journey with this thing because so this Farambaka Kuloku here and the Opachanya after him.
Not these Biafran boys. They should not touch any of these Biafran boys.
Please, if you are visiting my YouTube channel for the first time, subscribe with us and turn on your notification button.
Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Magnetic Gist TV. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Today being 10th of November 2025, with the team of Magnetic Gist TV is bringing this news live and direct to you. The Biafra Liberation Army is still having a serious guerrilla warfare with the Musa and the Asari guys in Okigwe. Right now, you can see the helicopter that is flying, hovering over Okigwe, looking for the Biafra Liberation Army. And as well, you can see that Mbaka finally come to his senses. Now, Mbaka is sending this message direct to the federal government, telling the federal government to allow Chukwu Di Ya and Jamaica, Igwe Butuzo, B44, and other commanders of the Biafra Liberation Army and the Biafra Liberation guys to be that they are not the ones to be buying, that all they are doing is looking for a good life, pursuing Biafra, that if the federal government has done what they're supposed to do, nobody would be talking about Biafra today, that if there is a kind of work and a good life in the country, Nigeria, that nobody will be talking about Biafra today. But for the fact that the government is only embezzling our money, stealing our money, doing all sorts of things, making the life impossible and difficult for the citizens, and that is why these guys are calling for the state of Biafra. So listen to Mbaka and what he said. Mbaka finally agreed that Buhari wasn't best. He would have allowed Jonathan to go for another tenure than Buhari, because according to him in this video, the people that Buhari surrendered himself with are all criminals. You know?
No person with the Spirit of God can appraise what is happening in Nigeria. If there are people that should be in prison, all our past leaders should be gathered and be imprisoned.
Yeah.
Not these Biafran boys. They should not touch any of these Biafran boys. These hungry Igbo boys and girls who are yearning for their rights, you now put them in the prison. If they are not careful, as I speak as a man of God, as God lives, their dynasty will not last.
He said,
because they never know that there is a heaven. There's a life after this. Look at how they have merchandised the priestly, prophetic, pastoral anointing. Can men of God speak in Nigeria anymore?
no.
When anointing is already merchandised. How much shall we pay you and you keep quiet? And they are busy buying people in authority with anointing. And our children are suffering. If we people with under anointing will not speak for this less privilege, God will curse us, because there is a heaven. Jesus says, fear not those who can kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Fear only he who can kill the body and kill and destroy the soul. Fear him. And that person is God. There is God. Nigerian leaders should understand the God factor. And with the Chukwu, there is God, the Adonai. There is God, the Elohim. There is God, the El Shaddai. When I was talking about the deceptive malodorous concept, deceptive malodorous shadow called EFCC, how can you imagine a country like this? The best country in the world with the best weather, with the best manpower, people who are rugged, who can do any business. It's only in Nigeria you can find young men who can carry a dead body and wash without covering their nose and whatever. Our youths are ready to do anything to survive. But look at our so-called leaders. All their children are abroad, schooling abroad. Any little malaria, they will fly out to treat themselves. Their wives will be doing midwifery medication, antenatal. Somebody will be pregnant in Nigeria, going for antenatal in London with our money. And you are watching the person. There's no problem if they will use their money. The problem is, it is your money they are using. So if you go for your money, you are not a revolutionist. You are demanding your right. That should not deserve one bullet to touch you. Even the police, by now, should join the youths and not be shooting them. Things have gone wrong. The center cannot hold anymore. Things are falling apart. So these evil leaders have turned the men on the pulpit to become beggars. Riff-raff beggars. When we have luncheon, we employ them. And they promise you 1 million or 2 million. And you give them titles. Some of them will become knights. Some will become Nefe, Nedis, Nenta, Nemo. Rubbish. In heaven, such titles do not exist. We are celebrating the All Saints' Day. The only title that exists in heaven is the title of sainthood. Either you are holy or you are not. Either you are righteous or you are not. Either you have repented or you have not repented. Nobody knows whether you are in this or in that. Because some of these people who came to take these titles are hidden witches and wizards. Exactly. There are some good ones among them, but you cannot buy the title of the church with money. Exactly. That is money. Because they don't understand that there is a heaven and there is a life after here. One day, we shall close our eyes and forget about this place and move into the world of no returns. Where do you wish to spend your eternity? With the magnitude of the love of God upon us. John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believeth in him shall not perish, but shall have eternal life. Fellow believers, you will not perish. Because they don't understand that there is a heaven and there is a life after here. One day, we shall close our eyes and forget about this place and move into the world of no returns. Where do you wish to spend your eternity? That's why I'm trying to tell you that Nigeria can never be the same again. My worry is, whether you understand me or not, whether you want to misunderstand me or not, that one is your headache. Hello? How can some young men be alive watching their wealth being swindled and looted away by the so-called leaders? And now many of them are becoming old people. They were young when they started watching these criminals in authority, hooligans in power. Listen, by the time some of the leaders will listen to this message, they may begin to attack Farambaka. That one is a headache, but just listen. I have been crying and crying and crying, saying that one day enough will be enough. Look at the crime upon crime. The people that you have not given jobs, you have not given food, you have not given them security, you have not given them housing, you have not given them light or power. They have no water to drink, no good water, no quality hospital, no good road, and they have been enduring this. Just one day they came out to say, we are not happy. You begin to kill them. And after killing them, you carry their dead bodies and dump inside the rivers and the valleys.
Exactly.
Nigeria can never be the same again.
Exactly.
And when these so-called hooligans in power, because they think the world is their home, they have bought houses in Abuja, in Asokoro, in Maitama, in Lekki, in Banana Island. Now, that one is not enough. Many of them have started buying houses in Dubai. Buying houses. The Dubai own is not enough. Some have moved to London and America, in Bangkok. And some have property in Silicon Valley with our wealth. And they cannot wisely build good industries for these growing youths to be employed. That is my stand though. Buhari, who could have been a solution to this, succeeded in encircling himself with criminals and hooligans. People who will never tell him lies. Rather, they will magnify the lies. So, you know, simple lie, you can find it out. But when a lie is magnified and amplified and sacramentalized with a NAFDAC number, Emmanuel will achieve a NAFDAC number. No trouble. These people think the world is our home. When we talk about the saints in heaven, the contrast becomes we on earth. How are we preparing to go there? Because one day we must leave this place, whether you call it death or what. How are we preparing for that place? Because the Bible says in Galatians 6:7, do not deceive yourselves. For whatsoever you sow is what you shall reap. So I am the who can do them putting a co.
So many people now are coming up to expose the atrocities going on in Nigeria, since Trump has said that he will come to Nigeria to do a kind of sanitation. You know, he will sanitize Nigeria, and so many people are against that. Imagine for that. Hey, just listen to this guy.
You can see how the Nigeria is. When the Biafra say they want to go, you people start hitting because of your mummuness to think well. They say Trump is coming to buy the terrorists in Nigeria. Northerners, all the Northerners in Kano began the protest. What is that telling you? Is that not telling you that their sons and children are the terrorists? Is that not telling you so? So hope we no play around the bush. We, our own sons from Igbo land, and our own brothers and our own sisters are not terrorists to Nigerian people. You people should let the Israelites go. That is the Israelites in Nigeria. That is the Igbo people, the Igbo nation. You people should let them go. Or I promise you all the whole Nigeria, because if you are still envying the Igbos to depart and go to their country, you are just digging a hole. Because this is a path whereby you cannot do anything about it. It's an unstoppable project. Nnamdi Kanu is a saint. Yes, he's a saint to save his people. If you are envying about that, that means you are still thinking that this world is being ruled by human beings. And there you be mugu. The world is being ruled by God, so God brings his heroes. So if you are, everybody in this Nigeria is supposed to go read that letter that Nnamdi Kanu wrote to Donald Trump, the president of America. You have to read that letter. Every single place he said they buy people in Eastern region and in Nigeria. Every number that he gave was a news calculated number, not even the actual number. Because you know, say news go come, they go just come shovel, and if na 100, they will tell you say na 50 or 60. I'm telling you the fact. So these people, terrorists, if terrorists go and buy in the southeast, the militaries will go and buy. So they were doing it turn by turn.
Les avantages de la Hongrie? Un pays membre de l'Union européenne, à seulement 2 heures de vol de Paris.
Men at work. Asia youth at work.
Now, I happen eba because even jiwe wetewe this news wetele eba now kango simungozo la beze that no wo kwozo ema ozo owe okwozo ema ozo ye ejizi n'afa ndị Biafra wela scam ndị mmadụ ya use people's club of Nigeria ya wee scam ndị mmadụ ya yuzo USB ye wee scam nwanne mmadụ mana ọkwa ma Biafra ya ejizikwana ya scam anybody again. She's a criminal and ya continue na-ezu oshi na-egbu ọchụ na-aga. So ọ ka ngwa ya that n'ọkwa Biafra nke a na-agba ụdị egbe a na ya today the commander-in-chief of terrorists inside the People's Club of Nigeria. Okweba scam on us, scam and them mad. Okweba na weba. Cause they protect. Kebozo. Konona na scam and them mad. Newale na tego for her to continue terrorizing Igbo land. For her to continue her terrorism inside Igbo land. For her to continue massacring Igbo people. For her to continue harvesting Igbo organs. Let her stop telling them that you are doing fundraising to protect Igbo land. Because Igbo Ngosala Beze can never protect Igbo land. We have seen how she protects Igbo land. We have seen the damage, the massacre, the genocide every blessed day in Igbo land. One day, she will answer the question. She can never run away. Oya can just can go see. Letting her see the Igbo land, Biafra. When she says she dey protect, she doing fundraising for her to protect. No problem. Ever. Sometimes the only thing I'm going to keep with the nonsense on Saturday because I don't have time. Because okuyana bazim nante. So ego sigo mi fenchon ego sie. Then mwa jipo hela we na akpo ugo 247. Bo van ne mama de apo. Eji mo hela we na akpo ugo 247. Bo van ne mama de apo. Uno suno unu no onye kwuru na uno suno onye biakutere unu na ya na abo kwuru na Zoom meeting. Eji mo hera we na akpa van me mama de abo. Agadi nwoke no nu no be ehu anwo no ogbuli. E mama de abo. Nyaw ina eme omume a na agadiga onwebugo mgbe nkwuru okwu a. Na this your old age ki na-eme omume a onye mu ife imere mgbe dị na young. Ema mmadụ abụ ime na omume a na this your old age. Ema mmadụ abụ onye mu ife imere mgbe dị old, mgbe dị young. And the same is yanko na sa everybody the most stupid idiot. Neso uno so no bata obi bia na Zoom. Imunu na mi funu na emona ya mother na one day that the truth will come out. Unu na mi ba na emona na efi no so na na afọ bata obi. Unu na mi ba na emona na eche no so no onye ozo bata obi na communicate no so no ka na communicate. No so no bata obi bia la ebe. Unu so no bata obi ekwuru gini with you people. Unu so no bata obi ekporo na ebe. Imam Madiabo. Ugo 247. Vam. For you to gather people. For you to continue scam. Kunu yeju we tu asi ekwesi hotutu. Who come to your Zoom? Come and tell Biafrans. Who come to your Zoom? onye bia na Zoom gi. Okunu mana yesterday, day before yesterday was Saturday. Okodolo na anya. Na day before yesterday is Saturday. Okodolo na anya. Okwa Saturday o. Ya ka na ajunu, e mama de abo. Agadi nwoke na atu asi. Agadi nwoke na egwu ndị mmadụ wayo onye oshi. Bia gwa bia France. Onye ka isi bia na yo Zoom. Keku unu si we konu call the voice unu konu call. Sino voice obata obi ekpa onya. Bia no gwa Biafra. The same thing can na go 247. The same thing can na go vam. Walk ojo walk it ogu. Ojo woka. Oku waketa o believe in akwa na mmiri. Kete o believe na Jesus. Ọ na ekpeze ekpere ojo we na ụka. Amanda na eze. Ọ na ekpeze ekpere ọ na akwakuzi Chukwu. Ọ na akwasizi akwa. Ọ na akwazi 7 days akwa. Ọ dị ka akwa ọgwụ na Italy. Ọ dị ka akwa dị ozi na Italy. Gwa m sendiri gị container from France na ọdụ akwa ka nkụ hie. Onwe dị ibe ji eme. Bịanụ gwa Biafra. Ka eke unu si ọbịa tụọrọ Biafra asị. Na ọbata ọbịa bịa na Zoom. Unu na anabọ now. Everybody no voice ya. Ka eke unu si wee konu call the voice. Unu ochere ọsọ nsọ nna unu na afọ ọbata obie. Unu wepụta mmehie the fatal lies. Yetie nwa nwoke mmadụ na nsogbu. Kwali na unu niile na-atụ asị. Ugo 247. When you are talking, when you are lying, your mind agwanga that na-atụ asị na asị ka ị na-atụ. Unu oche na ya emecha mara nke wee eziokwu. Unu emecha na eziokwu emecha pụta ife. Kwuru ya che na ogwadi na dat na ọbata obi nwere ndị ọ na-afụ na mmadụ adị afụ ya anya. I'm very sorry for you people. Very sorry for you people. Obatobie pleaded. Take him out from social media. Don't call his name again. Do your criminality. Never you put your Obatobie on your criminal. But una de anoya. Una de anoya. Because of scam. Unu tole scam unu na chika. Unu will go extra mile to put Obatobie in a mess. Because of no cholego. I'm sorry. For people who keep it and they believe unu na nonsense ya unu na akọ. Eziokwu apụta gị ife. Onwere Obatobie bịa na your Zoom. Onwere Obatobie kpọrọ na phone. Nobody can he didn't come. He didn't call any phone at all. Kajudu na nge mama de abu. Keta na unu jibezu ma. I want to know which time, how manage. Kefa na akana Finland at that time. Keriye na akana Finland at that time. Everything will limit. Office will time oje mechi. Obatobie did not come. He did not come at all. Oboda at all na that Zoom. Cha. Or whether idea that Zoom may exist at all. Now we say last night will be another Zoom. I'm very sorry for you. Very, very sorry. If you people want to scam, do your business, do your business. Don't put Obatobie inside. Don't use Obatobie's name inside. Do your criminality. Scam how much you want. Onye chọrọ new ego. Ade master ndị na-enye unu ego onye ọ na-akpatara ego ya eri ego ebe ọnwụ n'ọsọ ya. That is their business. But for you to put Obatobie inside, it can never work. It can never work. Asin kanji unu. Kedu onye bịa na that ka eke unu si wee pụta wee tụọrọ the whole Biafrans asị that no Obatobie bịara na ya Zoom. No Obatobie speak to you people. How manage? How manage? Ke kurusi we mia wife. Kedu kurusi we do wicked. Agwara munu na van na ebe ko dike na alu. Ebe ko dike said it. Van is a betrayer. Van is a betrayer, is a pure saboteur. Send this message to him. na abdande brande gere sna you owo anu ofia enu no de gu fa mi ya da ni mie ado ye erigi mo wa adande brande gere gwala ge ya. For you people to sit down and they plan this nonsense. Ono mana say unu wo put na social media. We will have to be a problem. We lie against him. And ono mana say Kebu na cheap proof. Who cares? Konyo na cheap proof. Kebu na cheap proof. Kebu na cheap proof. Ndu mere ni nkwa pete na azu. Ndu ogumu ndu atoma ahumonu. Let me tell you people something. Okwi flavor batobie no. Uche Chineke yema uche mmadu. No matter how much they do try to blackmail and assassinate him. Because I put Neje and I succeed. It's a promise. Manana mala last week. Tata on Monday. Saturday. One ya. Saturday on one ya. Amanda to know ya call on everything. Amanda to know ya call on everything umu Amanda ya call on everything umu muna. Ndu biafra we try biafra. Nda kafa wotoko chala wotoko. Nda kafa nina no bala. Yeje wote biafra kuchi biafra. Chineke kokwa unu oku. Biafra can never come with ya kandana dojo balenini. Evil people can never bring Biafra. Never. And when Mazin Nancy wants to be whiter than snow. And the Kurunezoku, the liars and the scammers can never bring Biafra. Biafra can never come. Naka scammers and criminals. It's not possible. When Biafra will come, inu ya fuko yesi wure de that day. Unu ya fu the sign. That day, unu ya fu the sign. The whole Biafra all over the world, we see the sign that now something great happen. Now something great, bigger than they know everything in this world. Melo. Otua hosi member amuru Jesus Christ. According to the history, I cannot me on name. Asuna papa ndonki igwe chawa. Otu anko ya dị mgbe Biafra ya abịa. Owuru ndị akafa juru n'ọbara ndị okwu asị, ndị betrayers. Ya wetara anyị Biafra. Na embasị ngozi ala bụ gwọrọ Fulani mere scam o mere na Finland. Na-eke ime ebe ahụ dị. Red, dark. Ebe niile churu echu ọbara. And the sisi anka ọbara na-akwafusi n'ala Igbo. Sisi anka and Igbo si wee sons of blood up to today. No sign, no everywhere is it. Jekere no na the picture. I thank God. Onwere otu mkpụrụ picture nwelu si from Finland. I don't know how. Amara nko o si me. Thank God. That's not to kikuku kufule kufe. I want the master now the Canada but your baby will come out. No matter your blackmail, no matter your propaganda, no matter your sabotage, he will come out. He will jump you and pass you people. Just because of your selfish interest. Something in that's not dancing. Ye destroy ya. About to be a call phone. After a Zoom meeting. Go to 477 for a live and direct. No video call. Why now but Tobia did not call at all. With the idea this nonsense. because you believe that no agwa na mo nwere mgbe unu chedo nọọsụ unu chedo na onwedo onye na-afọ bata obi unu chedo na ọra ha iwe visit unu chedo na mmadụ ife na-emenu kedu ụdị mmadụ unu how wicked unu dị. I'm very sorry. Kai ponu here. I just never also obi adoro mumma. Then anya ndo gene na anya can go soon something. Then I move obi adoro amam here atara nkwuwe some certain things iwe ani agwana Chineke na anya.
Yes, protect our land. Protect the land. Yes, is doing the needful today. We are doing the needful today. Fulani must leave our land. That is all we are saying. Fulani must leave our land. They are committing too much atrocities in Biafra land. All we are saying that Fulani must leave Biafra land.
Enano, chele. Zo. Na na-ege.
Sleep Biafra land.
Damu guzo. Nangro banka. Zo.
It's okay. You go. Full. Yes, protect.
No, if I want ya. Oh, what a bye. Or see a no zone. No 4 years ago. Ya will 4 years ago. Ya was it also. Oh, what bye. Or see us go. No 4 years ago. Ya will 4 years ago. So I was it also. You see how stupid this people are. Kasekwa, worse than this one. Because how you name because I'm the fate. I want the mazen and the can when he kept pata. More that na ESA now. I want the mazen and the can build canal wall. How much that now? I want the mazen and the can when I did everything. You can hide yourself. Never. That window tebe ko dike china sangolu. Do you say you are every time? Ababa di mo ya gba egbe. Ofonye ezugo no fonye ezugo. And ever camera na kusikwa. I get something very important. Then I image them. Ono na abato na Asia. Achọrọ ka anyị gee our brother Okocha n'okwu okwuru. Program are very interested.
Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is Monday, the 10th day of November 2025. This early morning, I was going through Facebook and I saw what Mr. Harrison Gwamnishu posted, that more than 20 Nigerians has been kidnapped in the last 48 hours. Now, I tried to go through what the message they sent to him. I discovered that, first of all, it is only one that was reported on, on Nigeria news media. And that was the one reported by Sahara Reporters. And I went to check on my record. I see that it's only one of them here now in Edo State and another one in Kogi State that was in the list of people kidnapped yesterday and the evening of Saturday in my own record. In other words, about 9 cases I recorded from Saturday evening to Sunday, only 2 are here. Do you understand what that means? In other words, we are talking about up to 30 persons, getting to 30 persons that have been kidnapped on record. This is not the ones that nobody knows about. This is not the ones that is not on media. Do you understand? So we are talking about up to 30 persons that have been kidnapped within 48 hours, not the one that we were unable to account for. You know why I'm saying this? I want to let you know that the problem of Nigeria, if Nigerians did not arm themselves, this problem can never be solved. Now, this is the angle I'm coming from. About 1 year ago, there is an issue of how the people can get gun to defend themselves, even though the gun is expensive. But at least if 100 people can have a sophisticated gun in a community, I think the terrorists, these barbaric people, they are cowards. If they see vigilante people, they can't even engage them. They were always focusing on armed civilians. They are going to run. So Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, came to Channels Television to educate Nigerians on how to buy gun and license it. But that is apart. Ever since then, I started engaging some legislatures in the National Assembly. Okay. And after that period, I saw that my own personal senator, Nede Moko, was trying to sponsor a bill. He sponsored a bill that did not go through. They stepped the bill down. The bill for Nigerians to arm themselves, because you can't arm terrorists and disarm people and disallow the right of defense from the people as well. The bill did not get through. They stepped it down. But every now and then, at least I have a friend in the House of Representatives that we talk most of the time. And I discovered that, listen, help cannot come from these people. Help cannot come from these people. I know he'll be watching this video and he understands what I'm saying. Most of the time I speak with them, I understand that help, when I mean help can never come from these people. So these people can provide solution to this. Now, why so many people are joyful about the US interest and what the US are saying about Nigeria's situation? I want to let you know that on a normal note, US intervention is supposed to be an addition. And I am also thinking somehow, what about if US never indicated interest at all? What about if Donald Trump never speak? What about if Donald Trump did not win that election? What can we do ourselves? What can we do ourselves? Because you see the way things are going right now. I understand that within last 4 days, on my record, the Nigerian military have killed up to 220 jihadists, Islamic jihadists. Okay, I have that record. This is because fear has gripped everybody, all corners, they are shaking. And not only that, the Islamic cleric, controversial Islamic cleric, Sheikh Ahmed Gumi, yesterday fled to Turkey. Yes, you will not see this thing on the news, but our eyes are on different corners. We are seeing the movement of people. So Gumi left Nigeria for Turkey. Why? Because people are putting pressure for him to be arrested, and he's seeing that there is a target angle on his head.
En Asie, on ne vit pas avec le ventre gonflé comme une boule. Pas de journée à marcher avec cette pression constante dans le ventre.
He left. So, the issue here is this. How can you help yourself? How can we help ourselves? A lot of people are also talking about the issue of, division of Nigeria. I think they are not far from the truth, which will give people sovereignty to fight themselves. A lot of people are saying that even talking about division is too far. That what is required right now is what Ibrahim Traore did in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso was facing or is facing the same terrorists that Nigeria is facing. In fact, the only difference between Burkina Faso and Nigeria is that Nigeria government officials are supporting the Islamic terrorists in Nigeria, while Burkina Faso government is not supporting them. The current regime with Ibrahim Traore is not supporting them. Now, what Ibrahim Traore did, call any Burkinabe, any Burkina Faso citizen, call them, ask them, what is the gun policy in your country? I have a friend from Burkina Faso. They gave him AK-47 with one magazine. After 2 years, he did not use the gun to violate any human rights. So they gave him the second magazine. You understand? So he have AK-47 with 2 magazines. Now, in his area, about 6 years ago, all these Islamic terrorists came and assaulted them and killed some persons. They said never again. So they armed the people, they armed the boys, the men who are there. Imagine in a community where you have like 20 persons that have AK-47. I dare all these barbaric, useless terrorists to invade that community. They will finish them. These people are leveraging that these civilians are harmless. You go to their community, do what you like, do this, do that. And when you defend yourself, Nigeria government will sentence you. We have a very controversial problem. It's complicated. It's highly, highly complicated. If you defend yourself against all these terrorists that Nigeria government are telling us that they can't defend, every now and then Nigeria government are saying, we can't solve this problem. Then if you see people now, okay, these people are carrying AK-47. We have a law in Nigeria that if someone want to hit you, let's say for example, someone want to hit you with this K, okay, you have a right to take the same K to defend yourself. That is contained in the law. So if someone is coming to kill me with AK-47, accordingly, I am supposed to defend myself with AK-47 as well. You can't ask the citizens not to arm themselves. You can't ask the citizens just to remain armless. Why the barbaric terrorists, the Islamic jihadists are laying onslaught against the people? And I think the first thing US should push is that everybody in Nigeria should have gun. Imagine that nobody owns gun in Burkina Faso. That is only the military that are fighting the insurgents. By now, there will be nothing like Burkina Faso. Nothing like Burkina Faso. I know you will say if everybody have gun, people will use it to keep persons, but the terrorists are killing people every day. Within 48 hours, more than 30 persons have been kidnapped. Every now and then, the case is going on like this, but the people remain armless. Shall we continue like this? Absolutely no, we can't continue like this. That is the truth. We can't continue like this. Buhari disarmed vigilante people before they imported all this Fulani militia. They armed them, they disarmed vigilante people. This thing is a calculated attempt. They know what they are doing, no. They know what they are doing. If you think they don't know what they are doing, before these terrorists came into Nigeria, they disarmed, they collected, even down to Edo State, they collected guns from these people. They collected guns from them. So, the issue here is very, very complicated. People have to be very, very careful. People have to be very, very careful. Now, everybody is trying to talk based on interest, based on their interest. Some people don't even know what to say. Some people don't know what to say. But if I am in a position of Tinubu, I will step on toes for once. Step on toes and fight these jihadists. Fight them. You can't fight. You can't be using the military alone to fight this fight. You've got to arrest the sponsors. You've got to arrest the sponsors. We know the sponsors of these people. Kunde Olaumi said DSS knows them, the military knows them, the police knows them. So these people are not hidden. They are well-known people in the society. They are well-known people in the society. So let nobody come here to talk rubbish. And you see, another problem I am seeing is that the terrorists in Nigeria are in millions, hundreds of millions, more than 100 million. This is what I mean. We only recognize people who are carrying guns as terrorists. But until Donald Trump made this statement, I never knew we have more than 100 million terrorists in Nigeria. You can see people defending not to kill terrorists. People are defending not to kill terrorists. Why the terrorists continue to lay onslaught against the people? Do you understand? The terrorists continue to lay onslaught against the people. Anyway, it is what it is, you know. Nigeria can never be sustainable like this. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, Nigeria cannot be sustainable like this. To fight them.
A man called Chima. I saw Chime, I saw Genu. Obnike. Let me tell you something, my brother. Uno all of you. You was in the meeting. But I jog if you kuna meeting you was in the meeting. Are you not ashamed of yourself? You was in the meeting. And I jog go pocket and go for Kuria bon. And he was in the meeting. Sounds so good on that meeting. Otu akunu si apari onwon. Na disgrace onwon na apali. Omo amusu. unu che na ọbata obie nwụrụ anwụ ọbata obie nọ ndụ one day every Biafran si ama nke wee eziokwu. Don't worry. Ka anyị ga nọ nso nkwa ife okwulu ka ụnụ fụ ihe na-emenụ.
Ndị nkuzi under IMSUBEB and the SEMB mere ngagharị iwe, most of them for the past 5 years. Ọchịchị Hope Uzodimma, ọchịchị Governor Hope Uzodimma have not paid them salaries. These people have been crying. Onwebe ihe ndị a na-agabe ma kiriya na verification. Agacha verification agagaria. Agacha verification agagaria. At the end of the day, ejule negi kokororo. And these people deserve their wages. Many of them are teaching at secondary schools. Many of them are teaching at primary schools. We have about 90 something of them anakubo na secondary, and about 100 and something anakubo na primary under SEMB and IMSUBEB. And yet we have a SEMB secretary and we have a chairman of IMSUBEB. And these people are aware that some teachers are yet to receive their salary since 2020. We are talking of 5 years. The most difficult where you will stand, you will talk, you will write, you use your energy. At the end of the day, for the past 5 years, only in Imo. Only in Imo. 5 years. When we talk about it, when we confront government, they will say it is opposition. They will say it is inciting the public. That is the only response we hear. Instead of them to tackle, to look into, even if it is they are inciting, look into the incitement. But when you hear anything that is inciting, no, they will not. And somebody somewhere, a teacher for 5 years, has not received his or her salary. Oyekushi, for 5 good years, he received his salary. Now, and I have a 2026. Yaba 6 years, a teacher may receive the salary. Every day, every day, school, every day, teacher is there teaching. The teacher is there standing, is there shouting. Oh my God, a teacher got control. But when you say that teachers are being owed arrears of 5 years, within here and a data office, where the governor negated the principles of civil service by employing a private company to be paying civil servants in Imo. That is the height of, how do I put it? The height of insensitivity. The height of ignorance. Where a private company is employed to be paying civil servants. As if the private company is the one that employed the civil servants. And the private company is doing anyhow. Removing them anyhow. Changing list anyhow. Paying in the shallow biputa. Government knows. The government knows. But let me tell you one thing. You know, when government is playing evasiveness, as in normal, something is going underground. And when that data office, government by owing teachers for 5 years without paying them, you are committing a crime against humanity, and you are violating their fundamental human rights, and you are committing a crime against God. If you don't know it today. Awe gonde kushiriri, ijire rule elu, ijire zokala, ijire me enjoy life. We hege dugagechi tomorrow. Ega niri may not be enough to cure one disease. I'm telling you the truth. Most of you are the highway. that something like that exists. Kama exists. Owe gonde kushi nile pakoga. Ijure kwa. We hega azoge. When that sickness, just one sickness. Ukika biya maga bega galaho. Achoye elu nyoye with onyoko sukop. Ko ogene tete sukop unle. Nyoye me x-ray elu me unu aga ahoya. But you don't know. Liweba de gonde kushi. Hapwa de gonde kushi kwa hoko 5 years unu jiha. Keep owing them. Because you employ them, abi. Every day you go school, I got your salary. When you I told me when pensioners. I told me when they pensioners Imo State age about 5 years ago. I told me when they car. I could get back and they could go to cannot go in horror now. And I could be hogo. Ihonye metra. Ukika biama. Geji ya kwa yogoya. Ekuchalam. Ekurele mi show them. I have said my own. Onye mana aso ya so ni ikwe magama ha so una so kwala ni ikwe soja sana na ala so pia no ukwu onu mana this government gimana ihere mma ga meye. If these people have been verified and they are authentic and genuine teachers of Imo State, pay them their salaries, or else okika bia mambo ga abia mbo kika bia maga abia ebelebe.
Now, Nonsankwa, Nabai, and thank you very much because Imbe Anna and Kedema and I'm singing Imeta. Manabia Anna and Kelly, are singing ever in Daria. Now, Kine, we name a program unlike at least cheap take Bo Wafa. Bo hope who's or the Mafa. Because before I put this government, it doesn't mean anything. Government can't go. Onwere onye masai dị ọwa awụ onwere onye ma onye na address kpọọ the person in the address afa ka anụ ka kpọrọ ya afa ka amara ife ọ na-ekwu onye nwa the most important and ime ego eketa ime ego so now thank you very much for Imegi and all the name joy. In the Nimegi all the name joy. Jisike nwannem jisike Chineke gbagu meche powage bone nona. Man even na Chimeke mala o try stand up or stand gidigba ike. Stand gidigba ike. Ikwu okwu ya anwụ ikwu okwu ya anwụ to no sine bia wonwu. That's all. Ya kan se ka make because mgbe from ihe kan say wow ono so nkwa. I bet least hope was on the dress say that criminal. I'm very happy for that. Now, Kaigano na this warning. I've got this warning several times. Fokokwa this warning. Because every masala Kano State. Kano State any message you wanna see from Kano State Aputa. Don't joke with it. So anybody nwere mmadụ na Kano State, why your family nọ na Kano State, let them don't enwere boss awadira maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwuru okwu asị ndị nọ na Kano State na tama na o nwere mgbe o ya woluo ma ga-enwetara trailer Dangote ya ebunata ga n'Igbo ọdụ nke ọdata na awadira maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwuru na abịa ihe a na awadira maazị Nnamdi Kanu kọlụ ndị niile nọ n'ugwu Awụsa ha locate na n'Igbo mụrụ nze mụọ ọzọ panatama na o nwere mgbe o ya woluo ma even trailer Dangote ma gafụ na ya wele anata and other time na okwu awadida maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwuru ọdụ nke anyị na-achọ imezu ihe a na geenụ ntị.
Very important message this morning. If you know say you be Igbo or you be Yoruba, even though you are Yoruba Muslim, you people should leave the north now. These bandits, or what you call them terrorists, they are already planning, and all their Serikis, the Sultan of Sokoto, the Emir of Kano, Kaduna, anywhere, they've all planned together that once America starts killing these bandits, they want to start killing Igbo and Yoruba. They want to turn into a civil war
so that America can back off. Everybody pass this message around, though. Pass this message around. I'm telling you again, though. They are plotting to kill Igbo and Yoruba Muslim in the north. All these northerners are the same. They are not different. Every Igbo man does not have business to be in the north now. America is already in Nigeria. They want to take the revenge or turn the matter to a civil war that is no longer genocide or is no longer Christian. Now they are killing Nigerians to Nigerians. If you know that you are Igbo man, leave the north now. If you know you are Igbo, pass this message to your fellow Igbos that are in the north. Bring your children home before they start blocking the road and killing you. Remember, it happened in 1964, 1965, 1966, 1967. They want to turn this into a civil war. If you know that you are Igbo, if you know that you are Igbo, leave the north, or the north is not safe for Igbo. Share this message, let's save some life. Igbo people should leave the north, or don't have business in the north now. Oh. I beg. This is a very, very, very important message this morning. If you know, say you be Igbo.
Give away very big message from the Igbo. Onyo una onye Igbo. Biko no one in on northern side. I'm from Kita Massimonye sending me and they won't to come here. And with a massive protest in Kano, Kita because of
people that should be in prison.
And with a massive protest now, Maka here and the Fulani, and because of here Basale America. And with a massive protest now in Kano State, I'm from me, I must come and say, I must send the Namon even amen. And then with the Premier Kitans, I can go see a 7 me, I'm not going to send the so no, I won't do Bono Kano. I'm a no business. Yeah, no, be your business, ne your children. Bonata godo muge. At least he was the for business. I want to survive on a business. He can chineke. A survive no. Would even metre also even metre na business. Yeni na de quote even. So bikonu the buy no Kano State because kita ke ebido bu ndibo. Kita ke ebido bu efa.
What happens if my
kita ke ebido bu ndibo biko onye jikwene disi information habu go message ya. Wukukwa the message, wukukwa ya ozo. Okay, enwetego the Kano protest. Konofu. And they have no protest here like this. Do not pay the price undibo. Can go see on. Have no protest if do not pay the price undibo. Let it go no Kano State.
Is on fire with massive protests. All right, my people, we have a breaking news right now, and this one is coming straight from Kano State. The entire city is on fire with massive protests. Thousands of Muslims, Ariwa youths, and even northern elites have stormed the streets in anger, protesting against US President Donald Trump. Before we go deeper, please like and subscribe, because we'll be exposing a lot in this video. And what we're about to reveal will shock you, because it's clear now that this issue has gone far beyond politics. It's turning into something much deeper. Now, according to multiple videos circulating online right now, the protests in Kano are huge. Streets packed, banners flying, people chanting in Hausa, and on almost every placard, you can see mocking images of Donald Trump, some even burning his posters publicly. One of the protest leaders, speaking in Hausa, said something that caught global attention. Let me translate it word for word. These bandits, these so-called terrorists, are our sons, our brothers, our fathers, and our uncles. We do not want anyone harmed or killed. We oppose US military intervention in Nigeria and reject President Trump's actions. That was the message being preached loudly through megaphones as the crowd chanted in agreement. In other words, these religious and community leaders are openly defending the same people the US government has labeled as terrorists. According to the reports, this massive protest was organized by Islamic groups across the north to counter Trump's recent remarks about persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Trump had earlier warned that if the Nigerian government fails to stop the killings of Christians, the US would take military action. And now, this protest is the direct response to that warning. The protesters carried placards that read, "We condemn Trump's threat to attack Nigeria. There is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. America wants to control our resources." You can already see the direction this is going. They've turned a humanitarian crisis into a political and religious standoff. Now, here's the twist. While the northern protesters are defending the bandits and opposing US interference, the Nigerian government is also backing their claims. Officials are saying that the so-called Christian genocide is false, that there's no religious war, and that Trump's comments are just a way for America to interfere in Nigeria's internal affairs. But my people, this is where Nigerians, especially Christians, are beginning to get angry. Because the question now is simple. If these bandits are killing innocent villagers, burning churches and kidnapping school children, how can anyone call them our brothers and fathers? And this is why many are saying that Trump might be right. Because this open defense of killers by religious leaders is exactly what exposes the deeper problem Nigeria refuses to face. Let's be real. These protesters didn't come out for justice. They came out to protect the very people causing chaos in the country. They're not angry that people are dying. They're angry that someone from outside dared to call it out. And that's why Christians across the South and Middle Belt are reacting sharply online tonight. One person wrote, "Greater than, these are exactly the kinds of things Donald Trump loves to see. And when he does, he strikes even harder." Another wrote, "Now I'm confused about who these terrorists really are, because none of these protesters look like bandits, yet they're doing exactly what terrorists would do if given the chance." And my people, that statement cuts deep, because maybe, just maybe, we've been looking in the wrong direction.
Now, Okuna forget, because this program will 23 minutes. I just want to say can go see you something. Kono for ife na emenu and the fokwano ko si eme na Kano State. So onye ona nwele mmadụ na Kano State now, no not niile as a whole. Onye ahụ nwe uche ya kpọrọ family ya na tawagodo kita before ilo emebie. Because if I emesi kita na, because ha nwere idea na ndị Igbo ya bido naba na ejecha na main road bido gbuwe ha. Igbo have suffered a lot in the north. I am on a life and the band on the north because don't on the north I did quick if an amen. On any information I went from north. So now I don't know bandit on a program where somebody man normally sending me even now on us Nande terrorist but I can yesterday night. Or make and join and I have a tagona can have yesterday night. Kedin the fire slaughter. Mana that in a Kano State. Na practice Sharia law. Malana na Kano State. Nifa na practice na Kano State u Sharia. Ndi ba no na Kano State ni umu wa yefa na ekukule. Ade afi hu banya. Oye ane all dress na ane otese dress na Kano State now. So, hama no wefa bata na Kano State. Awulo fondo Kano State kabaji bata. And the malamala that na emir of Kano. Now, Nanda would sentence, they can never allow them. How do you have the friendly? Even though we case was a batava, can you never wait to see strangers? And don't let the guy target indeed. You wanna be very careful. Boy, your family non anibo, or no better by your nobi, or better by your niece. That this is time, this is the time. Okwas record at a family, yakonata family now. Again, this man
in Kaduna, a riot broke out which they call the Zango Kataf riot. So 1992-93 in Kaduna, a riot broke out which they call the Zango Kataf riot. I was a young boy, very, very young then, and people were killed in scores. If you are not an Afsa person practicing Muslim in Islam, they were killed. Especially if you are from the southern part of Kaduna, the tribes from the southern part of Kaduna, they were massacred. It was called the Zango Kataf riot.
Okay.
And if the next thing they do is to burn churches, kill Christians, and then if they're done with that, then they focus on businesses that is for Igbo people, Igbo-owned businesses, and they destroyed it.
Okay.
I grew up knowing that Christians are an endangered species in Nigeria. In the year 2000, when the Sharia riots, how many of you have heard of the Sharia riot? Hundreds of thousands of people were killed in Kaduna. I can remember vividly that we had to defend our house from people. They brought some Fulani boys and they faced our house. They were shooting arrows. They were stoning our zinc. They spot our zinc shooting arrows. Even though I was a Muslim then. Even though my father was a Muslim then. But because majority of the people in our compound were Christians, so they were willing to destroy every one of us because we're living with Christians. I can remember a particular church in Mando, for those that know Mando, in Kaduna, called Chapel of Redemption. That church was destroyed. And so from that time, anytime there's a little hanky-panky in Nigeria, the first target is churches and Christians. And this has prevailed for a long time. That even if there's a problem with in another country, the Muslim and the Hausas in Nigeria will rise up and begin to kill Christians. How many of you remember the Miss World crisis in 2002, 2001, 2002? That somebody drew a picture of Muhammad or something in France, long away in France, and they began to fight in Nigeria. Are you following me? Christians are endangered species. Now let me give you, and that's how it has continued. Scores have been killed, and they focus on regions where there is a mixture of both Christianity and Islam. If you look at states like Kaduna, states like Plateau State, states like Nasarawa, states like Taraba, states like Benue, states like Bauchi, states like Gombe, states like Borno. These are places where they focus on because they intend to eliminate every living Christian in that place. Anybody that debunked it is a total lie because I have grown and lived in the north. I've spent 80 to 80% of my life in the north, so I understand this thing. Several times, I cannot forget the Sharia riot. We were running for our lives. Even though we were Muslims, but we're still running because as far as you are not of the ethnic group practicing what they practice, you are a victim. You can be burnt alive. Many of us saw human beings that were burnt alive, like roasted like yam. And it has been going on for a long time. The genocide against the Christian faith. Are you with me? Many years ago, in Kano State, a man was beheaded. And anything they talk about, he said blasphemy. And guess who was the person that led it? The man called Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi was the one that led him on. And they beheaded him, they killed the Igbo man. They killed him and they put his head on the stake and they were using it to parade the city. You will understand of a woman also that is an evangelist. An evangelist Eunice that was preaching about 2016 or 18 in Abuja. And they killed her. We cannot talk about a young girl called Deborah Samuel that was killed. I schooled in Jos, and for years, the people of Plateau have been massacred. Riot breaking out every single time. The one that the moment anything happens, the next people that are victims are Christians. And it is unfortunate that all these years the government have not been able to do anything about it. But the agenda is deep. Are you with me this morning? Why am I saying? Because I don't want us to be an ignorant people. If we are ignorant people, they will control the narrative. And this days, let me tell you this truth. God will not come and fight for you. Remove that thing from your mind. If Christians don't rise up, pray from that to tomorrow. God is not coming to fight for you. Are you with me? Now, in the year 2009, Boko Haram started. Boko Haram started because of a section. It was a political movement. They created Boko Haram as a political talks to bring confusion into the government of Goodluck Jonathan. And to be able to, destroy any opposition, starting from Borno State, under the watch of a man called Kashim Shettima, which is now the vice president of Nigeria. Kashim Shettima and the other man, Ali Mohammed Sharif. These were the people that started the business of Boko Haram as a political talks to be able to oppose their opponents. But after a time, the ideology grew and they began to destroy. Now, it became a problem and they began to use it to destroy, bombing here and there. In 2009, 2010. As of 2010, a man led a meeting in Jos. Are you with me? He led a meeting that they were going to annihilate Christians within the locality of Plateau, Borno, Plateau, Bauchi, Kaduna, and Nasarawa. And he said they are going to perform jihad. They will bring jihad and they will go to kill them. If the Islamic leaders are not willing to lead them, he is ready to lead the movement. I have the minute of that meeting in my phone presently. Guess who is that person? Issa Pantami, that was the former Minister of Communication under Buhari's regime. And several times, these are people that are terrorist sympathizers. And that is why the Nigerian army has not been able to win the war against the terrorism. Because people the terrorists have infiltrated the Nigerian ranks, the army ranks, so they cannot win the war. That said, Osama bin Laden was a better Muslim than he is. He was sad when Osama bin Laden was killed. And he has said it several times that Boko Haram should not be killed. He said they are their Muslim brothers. How do you win a war against terrorism? Where there are people high in government that are sympathizing to terrorism. How do you win that war?
Exactly.
Now, there are 4 categories of insecurity or people that are causing insecurity. Number 1, you have Boko Haram. Number 2, you have bandits. Number 3, you have Fulani herdsmen. Now I'm going to show you how they are connected. Many people don't know. The Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen have one mission. The mission is simple: Islamize Nigeria. Come to a territory that are Christian dominated, kill everybody there, occupy their land. Go to Benue, look for a community, kill them there, occupy their land. That's always me. Boko Haram and the Fulani herdsmen. Have you noticed that Fulani herdsmen they don't kidnap, they kill? There's hardly a place you hear that Fulani herdsmen capture that they say these are Fulani herdsmen. No, when they go, they kill. How do they kill? They kill with guns. You must now ask yourself, how does a Fulani man get AK-47? Do you know the cost of one AK-47? One AK-47 is over $1,000 something. Where will a Fulani man be able to obtain to be able to get one AK-47? Are you with me? And now, so you will know that there are people that are sponsoring this movement. Then the Boko Haram and the Fulani, they go about Christian-dominated areas. You will understand that when this terrorism started in Nigeria, that only people that were killed were Christian churches.
Exactly.
You will not hear that they kill anyone. It is Christians and churches. I remember in Kaduna then that churches began to look for security men to guide their churches in every service day. Otherwise, you can be in church and then the next is boom, everybody dies.
Oh.
And churches that don't have money to hire soldiers began to use some of their members. I was a member of the security team in my church in Deeper Life in Kaduna in 2010. Because we don't stay in the church. Once I come to the church in the morning, we stay outside, moving around patrolling, because anybody can come and drop anything. So when Boko Haram started, the majority of Muslims, the Hausa, Northern Muslims, they were happy. I know of people that were celebrating it. If you see them crying today, I'll tell you why. At the initial beginning of this thing, they were happy celebrating the killings of Christians. They said they are purging Nigeria of RNA. It was majorly on Christians and Christian-dominated areas. But when it comes to 2014, the man Buhari and APC that wanted to overthrow the government of Jonathan, by all means, decided to employ mercenaries from Niger, from Chad, from all those Fulani, from other African nations where they are Fulani, and they brought them into Nigeria. What was the goal? The goal was that if Jonathan does not concede defeat in the election, they were going to rain hell on Nigeria. So they brought in these mercenaries, and they equipped them with rifles, the Aerofiles, the Buharis. Are you with me? The Aerofiles, the Buharis. Every one of these people called APC, they brought in mercenaries and armed them in the bushes and told them to wait. The moment Jonathan did not concede defeat in the election, they were going to start. But unfortunately for them, Goodluck knew of the assignment. He got intel about it, because the man said his ambition does not worth the blood of millions. So the man conceded defeat and left. And so they declared APC winner. Now, you have already brought people from different parts to come and fight. But what they wanted to come and fight for did not achieve anymore. So now they left those people in the bush. They left them with guns and ammunition in the bush. And when Buhari became the president, he abandoned them. Instead of them to settle them and let them go back, they abandoned them. And the people saw Nigeria as a place that is good. And the people decided to remain in Nigeria. Those are the people that started bandits. Before, we don't have anything like bandits. Banditry started under the watch of APC, under Buhari, because they were the ones that brought them in. Kidnapping, because they needed to survive. So they started by kidnapping. And they started by kidnapping. And they started by kidnapping. And they started by kidnapping. Over time, now, you understand that there are certain parts of this nation where there are mineral resources. Don't be an ignorant Christian. Follow me. Don't be an ignorant Christian. Don't be in a nation where you don't have understanding of what is happening. Now, there are some parts of Nigeria where there are good resources. And this has been illegally mined by elites, the military generals, the oligarchs, the people that are the leadership of the North. They were mining these resources, and the money does not go into the federal government account. So what they do is that they employ the services of this banditry to create two things. Number one, to create diversion. So when you go to Zamfara, that's why you hear that they say there is killing in Zamfara now. It's because of the Ilema gold mine. There is gold in Zamfara that they are mining. And so these bandits that are already in the bush, some people collaborate with them, partnered with them, and told them to keep creating confusion, create chaos. When you keep creating chaos, the Nigerian state and the people of Nigeria will not be able to focus on the illegal mining. They'll be concerned about the insecurity. So the insecurity is created as a means of diversion in the north. Are you following me? It is created as a means of diverting the attention of the military and the Nigerian populace from being able to focus on the illegal mining of resources. And any part of the north where there is resources, you find out that insecurity there. Recently, it has started in Kwara, because there's a great amount of lithium in Kwara too that they have discovered, and they're mining. So they partner with the Chinese, because the people that do this illegal mining are the Chinese. They partner with the Chinese to be able to. So the bandits became the security men of Chinese and all those people to protect them. So that while they are mining, they can begin to cause chaos. Because while the people are mining and they are causing chaos, kidnapping, nobody will be able to focus on what the Chinese are doing and those people illegal mining. Every single day to this moment, I'm telling you, they are mining in those places. And they will take it to an airfield in the bush and fly it out of Nigeria. They are making billions of dollars from it every day while people are being killed. That is why you now hear that Muslims are saying that they are killing Muslims too. What you have, it is what Buhari created. The APC-led administration created, the banditry they created, is what is affecting the North now. Because the people they brought to come and kill Nigeria in 2015 did not succeed because good luck relinquished power to them. And now the people have become thugs. They have become tools to be used in the hand of men that are using them to secure their illegal gold mines. And that's why you kill them. That's why you hear that they say they are killing Muslims. Now, the Christian persecution and genocide has been there. So you find that the other part, the Muslim and the Fulani men keep going around killing in all those parts. And the Christians and the churches have been silent for too long. This evil has prevailed in Nigeria because the righteous men have been too quiet. If we're ever going to win against insecurity in Nigeria, Nigeria must put two things Nigeria must do. Number one, Nigeria, Sharia law must be completely abolished in Nigeria. Because Nigeria is not an Islamic state. Why will Nigeria, some part of Nigeria, be practicing Sharia? The law guiding them, constitutional law, that believe that if somebody deserves to die because he speaks against his God. Can an Hausa man insult Jesus and I kill him for insulting Jesus? But somebody believes when you speak against Muhammad, you deserve to die. How do you live in a country with somebody that has that kind of mentality? Exactly. The military have become complicit. They are compromised. Nigerian military cannot win this war. 20 years from today, I'm telling you, 20 years from today, this thing of insecurity will not end because there are people that are enjoying it, benefiting from it, and reaping from it. Exactly. If Nigeria wants to win this war, partner with America. Then they come and militant. I mean, if you have seen that in Kano yesterday, some people were protesting that they don't want America to come. Because they believe what they have been told is that if America is coming to kill Muslims, and the man says he wants to come and kill terrorists, but they are protesting. Anybody that is negotiating, people like Ahmed Gumi, Sheikh Gumi should be locked away. A terrorist sympathizer is a terrorist. Exactly. A man that believes that you are not supposed to kill a terrorist is himself a terrorist. Exactly. A man that believes that we should go and negotiate. How do you go and negotiate with terrorists? Because you see, terrorists are not just criminals. They are working with a wrong ideology. A man that believes that killing he has nothing to lose. How do you negotiate with a man that believes that killing himself is going to meet their God in heaven to collect 72 virgins? How do you negotiate with such a person? A man like Sheikh Gumi should be locked away. A man like Ali Muhammad Bushari should be arrested. You want to win against terrorism, you must go brutal. No nation win against terrorism by pampering them. The custom is taking rice, seizing rice from Nigeria and taking it to terrorists in the bush that they need to take care of them because they are human beings. No. The moment you have become a terrorist, you see that taking the life of your fellow human being is nothing, is to please a God, then you don't deserve to live.
Quand vous sortez le soir, n'oubliez surtout pas d'emporter ce petit objet pratique. Il s'agit d'une mini lampe torche en forme de clé.
Children of God, I'm not going to ask you to pray. Because this is not a period of prayer. This is a period of action. Reverend Dr. Ezekiel from Jos, the man have been speaking, I've paid attention. Not for once have they invited the man for interview. Because they don't want to give the man any airtime. But you see, any little thing they will call Gumi and give him microphone. Gumi, they are inviting Gumi up and down. The media is complicit. The Nigerian military are complicit. You can't win war with this Nigerian army. Not because they don't have the capacity, but because they are compromised. Exactly. Buhari created banditry. The people like Gumi and the rest of them, they are the people that facilitated the idea of Boko Haram. And today, some of them are your leaders in government. Some of them, most of them are moving free. Not one have been arrested. Kabiru Sokoto that bombed Nyanyan in 2011. When they rearrested him, guess where they caught him? In the house of Shetima in Abuja. What is he doing in the house of Shetima if Shetima doesn't know him? But today, Shetima is your vice president. Oh. How do you win a war where terrorists are ruling you? Exactly. Where terrorist sympathizers are moving around. Exactly. This is not a period to say we are praying. No. Nah, this man break. This is a period of wisdom. This is a period of action. Churches in the south have no idea. They sit in their cozy churches with us employ them. They don't know what it means to be in the north. They don't know what it means to be running for your life. That every Sunday in the church there in Kaduna, when they say let us pray, everybody is praying with one eye open. Because you don't know God might go up at any time in the church. The Nigerian church must rise up. Yes. There's an agenda. And if you read the minutes of that meeting in 2010 led by Isa Patami, you will not believe it. I have a recording of his messages. Where's Appeal? Where he said, why will they be killing he said, why will they be killing his Muslim brothers? Referring to Boko Haram as their Muslim brothers. How do you win with such a people in government? And that guy was a minister under Buhari for 8 years. Do you know what I'm telling you this morning? You are a Nigerian. If you are not aware of what is happening around you, in a short time, one day your calamity will just come. You will not know how. Are you with me? The banditry that is destroying them in the north was created by the people Buhari brought for mercenaries to destroy Nigeria in 2015 in case he did not win. Unfortunately, he won, and those people were left without fight. And they began to use the weapons that have been provided for. These guys have sophisticated their weapon. They move logistic, move money in dollars. Where do you think they're getting it from? You think it's from the sale of cow? No. The Bible says, watch and pray. We have been praying. This is the time to do what? To watch. Sceneries.
No, Chukwu Di Ya. Tiani kango sizunu that na umu ajani. Obi na tomoto. Obi ato ugom because people o say it go. Is even okay. O say it go. Maybe as you can know. Yeah. Tiani kango si unu maka terrorist bala Kaduna Kanu. Maka ndị be anyị nọ Kanu ka nji maka ha ekwu okwu a okwu siri ike. Let them come home. Abido kpọnatawa ụmụazị ha.
State. So yeah, they have
Abido kpọnatawa ụmụazị ha. Ha ya agbanwe ọsọ alone. Dama ị na-agba kpọkọrọ ụmụaka gị na-agba ọsọ kpọrọ nwunye gị na-agba ọsọ. Is better na ekpọbutere ụmụ gị ka o ya wo setie. Imana ọsọ nsọ nna gị ya na-agba ọsọ ahụ. Nna na-ege ntị ka unu n'ife ka unu fụ.
Nigerians, they have entered Kano State. I told you guys. Okay. They have entered Kano. They have entered Kano State. So yesterday night, yesterday was the 9th of November 2025. While you guys were sleeping, while Nigerians were sleeping, around 11:30 p.m., these guys entered Farorua in Shanonu local government area of Kano State. Go and do your findings. Go and do your verification. I don't come here to spread for what they call it, fake news or false news. I don't bring it here. Mutam Arewa, it is time we start speaking out. Let us start speaking out. Start speaking out. Start speaking. I don't understand why the people of the north are just quiet about this whole thing. As if to say that you guys, they entered yesterday night. They adopted 5 women, including nursing mothers. Go and do your findings. Go and do your findings. I'm not capping here. I don't come here to cap.
Kano State in Kefana did brutal the jar, the whole Kano terrorists can't tell you right from the beginning. Now, what did those people do? Like their life do very where do you mother? Yeah, or what you imagine work on what gets in.
When the medias are quiet, I bring it out for the world to see what is going on here in the north. We are under captive. We are under captive. Right now in the north, we are in captivity. And the worst part of it is that the northerners are not speaking out. They are not speaking out at all. Everybody is quiet, as if to say these things are like, everybody is just like this. How will the world know what we are passing through here if we don't come out to speak out? Let us come out and speak out. Say the truth. We are in big trouble. We are in big trouble here in the north. People around the world don't know what is happening here. They don't know. If you don't bring it out, nobody will know. That is why I'm doing all this thing I'm doing. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care whether the government like it or not. I don't care whether they are frowning at this thing. I don't care. All I want is the safety of these people, the safety of my people, the safety of Nigerians. See what they did yesterday night. They came in numbers. They adopted 5 women, including nursing mother. Who knows what they will do with those women now? God forbid. Who knows what they will go and do with those women? Nigerians, start speaking out. We are in trouble here. We are in big trouble. Especially the northerners. Arewa, Mutani Arewa. Let us come out and speak out. Don't we have influencers from the north? Speak out. It is getting worse here every day, but every state now is now being affected. There's no state that is spared. The almighty Kano, they have entered there. I said it last time, some people were thinking I was joking. They happened yesterday night again.
Onye ọna nwere mmadụ na Kano State, na North, not only Kano State. If you have somebody na North, what the person, ya biko, your biko, ya wulu no ni yebe, ya wulu kwa no yebe, your kwani ya yo, your kwani ya yo, no ya, akponato mazi, ochogodo he nota nso wadro, ya nolo, mana akponata family ye, onorozie nna ya ka o ji awụ osu, o ya anatanwu, dam na ọnọdụ a place osu, ọnatanwu ho, egbuo onya, gbuo family ye, ụmụnne m ọkụ dịkwa n'ova ahụ, ọkụ ọdụ n'ova ahụ, ọkụ dịkwa n'ova ahụ, ọkụ dị n'ova ahụ. Na na-enye ife na-emenụ, na na-enye ụmụnne m, ọkụ dị ova kịta. Still, a na-fight ife a na-fight now. Everybody na-ebe akwa, everybody na-eti mkpu, everybody. Ngozi Olabeze na ndị otu na-fight Biafran Angel, na-fight her to eliminate them. A na-atụ ha bomb.
Angels will attack on our behalf. Angels will cause confusion in the camp of Islamic terrorists. By the power of Jesus Christ.
Oh boy, there is currently a battle between Boko Haram and ISWAP. A battle between enemies of God. A battle between enemies of humanity. A battle between two groups that love to see blood. Two groups that can only kill the body, but they can't kill the spirit. And the story I won't hear you for years. Watch this video. Boko Haram and ISWAP, they battle themselves for water. This is what the Bible says. God will put an ambush in the camp of the enemy. They are fighting themselves, killing themselves. And I pray that this killing continues. When it is too much for the government, before troops arrive, they destroy themselves. Let me tell you this story. The fight continues, so una no go settle. Since una talk say una love to see blood, una go see una own blood. Say amen in the comment section. Motive, purpose of the fight. Now Boko Haram, now they control some island, okay? And they aim to keep it. And then they control them, and they still aim to retain full control of these key Lake Chad islands, including Tombo Guinea, Sahel 1, Dogo Chukwu, and Mangari. So you can see Boko Haram aim to retain. Now they did there. They want to retain it. Not just retain, but full control. You know, say, the two groups, they know they see themselves for face because of ideology. How to treat civilians, their victims, their slaves, and so on and so forth. They don't get the same ideology. They read their books with different interpretation. Two set of confused people, okay? Why? Because they serve as main hubs for logistics, for trade, and movement or supplies. ISWAP themselves, they sought to reclaim those lost base because now they get those base before from Boko Haram because they had them before and restore its dominance across Lake Chad axis. Both factions view this territory as strategic route for weapons, food, and revenue from fishing and transport. Okay, that's what they tell us. Say US, they know where they did now. That's what some people they know where America come. People will like them. Now, so ISWAP commander called prepare counter offense to recapture those islands, especially Tombu Guinea and nearby islands. They gather about 10 high-powered boats and fighters for an amphibious landing, meaning landing from the water. They want to move from the water to water shore, they start shooting to take over those islands. The objective was to destroy Boko Haram camps, reclaim weapons, and reopen the blocked water routes. Now, so ISWAP composition fighters, weapons, and drone support around the Lake Chad area. Boko Haram received early intelligence on ISWAP assault plan and movement routes. See, so intelligence. Now, so they call tell us they come oh, anybody will get more intelligence about his enemy. Now go win battle. That's why you hear say, our army base, they overrun am because some people allegedly repented Boko Haram. We there, so now so they get intelligence say, it's all they come Boko Haram. Local informants warned Boko Haram, and Boko Haram immediately ordered the defensive setup an ambush at Tombu Guinea. On November 9th, yesterday, around 3 p.m., ISWAP launched the May assault with about 10 high-power boats towards Tombu Guinea. The group expected a quick capture and total sweep of Boko Haram positions. But what they don't know say Boko Haram no here say they come. Now so Boko Haram strategically waited for them. They held fire until the boat of ISWAP came close to the shore. As ISWAP boat touched the land, Boko Haram opened heavy gunfire. Machine guns hit the front of boats directly, destroying engines and setting some on fire, killing most of ISWAP fighters. ISWAP formations collapsed instantly, which resulted to a lot of ISWAP casualties. ISWAP suffered heavy losses within minutes. 7 boats were captured by BH, Boko Haram, while 3 managed to escape with wounded men. Over 50 ISWAP fighters were confirmed dead in the first attack wave. Boko Haram recorded only few casualties and secured control of the island. Follow-up sweep, as they call it, ISWAP. Now so, Boko Haram launched coordinated raids across Tumbu Dalo, Tumbu Shano, and Tuba routes. They destroyed more ISWAP camps, seized weapons and boats, and recorded victory videos. As you saw, feed videos showing Boko Haram fighters celebrating over captured weapons and the bodies of dead ISWAPs. ISWAP lost between 100 and 170 fighters in the main battle and follow-up raids. BH lost 4 men according to the field reports. BH seized 7 boats, multiple engines, rifles, ammunition boxes, and some explosives. ISWAP survivors retreated towards Aligiri Mali, Metele, Kangawa, and Gundubali to regroup for counter attacks. It means say the fight they continue. Father, may this fight continue. More abuse in their camp. What do you think? Drop up a comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.
Tijele wabagala, tijele wabagala, tijele wabagala. Asin tijele no wabagala o. Tijele no wabagala o. Tijele no wabagala o. Wabagala. Wabagala o. Ew. Thank God. Tonight.
In shareholder for Nigeria, they very large. We no know. We just be company. We just be in items for inside Nigeria. We no know. It's either of these two. You cannot tell me that this person is just an ordinary person, an ordinary citizen like me and you. And he has been saying all these things. And nobody don't touch him. Nobody they go near him. You see what this man talk recently about bandits.
Okay, sorry, please to cut you. You see, the former governor of Bauchi State, Chukwu Di Ya, was able also to go with government delegation into the bush, and they met more than 5,000 bandits. They were all complaining. Those who have lost their parents, those who have lost their brethren, those from our hostility too. So when you say they have killed, yes, I know they have killed, and it's wrong to kill anybody innocent. This is absolutely an obnoxious thing to do. We don't support that. But you see, if you know their psychology, they are on a revenge mission. Everybody knows the herdsmen, especially the flying herdsmen. They don't just attack people. We have been living with them for centuries. They don't attack people without any cause. So what I think government needs to do is to really bring them up together in a unison and in a holistic form so that there is peace.
Guys, this man is trying to make us accept bandits as part of natural disaster or natural resources within Nigeria. Because how can you know what this man talk? He talks about bandits are ready to negotiate. So why are government trying to divide them? The bandits are their brother. Why are they trying to divide their tribe in that place? Since they want to listen to them. Say the other day, they talk as in it sound very good for his ear. Say the other day, say bandits come in there. Oh Bob, Jesus. I said, Jesus, what did they happen for this country? Even give instance, talk say, unlike IPOB, we be secessionists. Say they know one listening to government, then be secessionists. Say they won't leave Nigeria, but bandits no one leave Nigeria. Jesus.
And they are ready for that, because if you call them for peace, they come. It's unlike the others, like IPOB. IPOB, the government has been trying to dialogue with them. They still refuse. They are still behind creating a separate state. They're secessionists. Besides being terrorists, they're secessionists. Well, these people are not secessionists. They want peace. They call for it. In fact, they even invited a lot of media. I think Daily Trust is high time it really goes into the bush and have, although they did it before, and the former government prevented it from airing it on air. So why is government afraid of listening to these people? They just want to demonize them and give reasons to come in and divide us and cause mayhem in Nigeria and divide the tribes, like what is happening.
See, bandits no one leave Nigeria. See, they want peace. See, they are on a revenge mission. God, and they are saying, I don't understand. Bandits are on a revenge mission. Saying a revenge mission, then they by people. Why government want this? God, for Nigeria, this is the whole thing they happen. Nobody don't touch this man. Is it that say this man is the owner of Nigeria? He should be the owner of Nigeria. The CEO, Chief Executive Officer, Nigeria International PLC. Nigeria Group of Company International PLC. This must be a company that we are living in. Because you can't tell me, say this man is just an ordinary citizen, just day like this. He dey vomit all these things and nobody don't touch him. America, they get natural disaster like hurricane. They are trying to fight hurricane. Then they dey careful on how to fight the hurricane. Natural disaster because it is natural. Our own natural disaster na bandits. Bandits. This man is trying to make us accept them as part of us. As part of us. You want to go explain who is actually this man? Who is Gumi? As in, who is he? Who is he in Nigeria? He must be the secret Nigerian president where we know. They show us other people as the president. This man, the thing where he talk, he shocked me. He shocked me. This guy man, if he wake up one day, tell us, say, guy, I want to repair my company. Say, which company? Nigeria, I want to repair town. Everybody pack up. We're going to find where we go. We go carry all in people, bandits, come in. We go pack up. May we do something, no? Nigerian government, I don't understand. What did they happen? If another person talk this thing, make it be saying, Igbo man even talk this kind of thing. Everywhere for them boss. Mamma mia.
Quickly, maybe you'd like to react to some of the things that have been said, but my question to you also is, Where have we been getting it wrong as a nation? Why are we still having this conversation even after many years and several efforts?
One of the key reasons why we are getting it wrong is because of people like Sheikh Mahmoud Gumi. In a clear case of a war, because he's talking about bloodshed, there has been bloodshed. Nigeria has been a theater of war for almost 2 decades. Possibly it is not affecting him directly because most of the casualties, most of the mass murders is that of Christians. He appears to be a negotiator, but to be very honest with you, he has advocated more for appeasing the terrorists rather than advocating justice for the victims. And I think it's important to us because I believe he's an Islamic cleric. He understands the concept of justice. How do you deal with a scenario of people raping women, people killing soldiers, people decimating homes, people sacking communities, but then the strength of your advocacy is that the government should appease them? Where in the whole world, in the history of any war, whether guerrilla warfare, whether military warfare, have you ever found a situation where there is an active bloodshed going on and then you believe that appeasing the criminals that are carrying out these genocidal attacks and infusing them into the military will help? From the very beginning, when the notion of amnesty, de-radicalization and integration began, we have never seen a scenario where these repentant terrorists, as they call them repentant, have ever led people to their camps and they were decimated. They have been growing exponentially. They have been acquiring more arms. So that is basically the problem we are having. We are getting it wrong simply because we have managed to create a false narrative. An example is we have managed to compartmentalize terrorism or these Islamist activities to look as if it is only Boko Haram that is doing it. The reason is because the rest of the terrorist groups that are jihadist in nature have been forged into different names. For instance, he's talking about two fighting. There is no two fighting anywhere. It is important also, we would love it if you are able to have an example of one Christian militia that is operational in either Sokoto or any of the Muslim dominant state that have been raping women and killing people, then we can understand that. And at least the Muslims will equally lend their voice and say, okay, whatever it is the Americans are claiming that the Christians are suffering from, we are also suffering from it. And since it is all about eradicating terrorism, then good, come and eradicate them. But I think the problem is not just because there are foot soldiers who are killing people. It is because there are people who are sympathetic to the jihadist cause, there are people who are sponsoring them, and the involvement of any foreign nation in a scenario where there is a genocide does not end with the foot soldiers. It traces those who are sympathetic to their cause, whether because of political or religious or ideological beliefs. It equally traces those who sponsor them. And I think that is primarily where the problem lies in Nigeria. We are not sincere with the war against terrorism. Once it involves, because wherever you go to, we can't force ourselves. Most of the time, you find a lot of Muslims claiming that these people, they are not truly representing Islam and all of that, blah, 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 and all of that. But the truth is that there is an Islamist, well-armed Islamist jihadist group that has been massacring Christians. And what we find, unfortunately, people who should be speaking or condemning this act are busy trying as much as possible to create sympathy for them. You can imagine him saying that killing the terrorists will now amount to genocide. Then what will you tell the people that have been burying there? For instance, just of late in Yelewata, over 250 people were killed. But he describes that not as a genocide. He says two fighting, even though we don't know of...
All right, Zari Yusuf. I mean, we are really trying to manage time, and I know you have a lot to say. But let me bring the conversation back to Sheikh Gumi. Sheikh Gumi,
as in, who is he?
I'm gonna forgive. And nobody, absolutely nobody is talking. Nobody. Kai gezeno. Kai gekuzeni. Oh.
Voici la dernière paire de lunettes dont vous aurez besoin.
Now you are watching, click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program to others. Subscribe if you have not done so. Now there is a plan to install emirs in Igboland. Let's start from there.
Well, I saw it very clearly because that this report that they have already targeted, Abia State for that mission. I don't know how they intend to achieve that. They're trying to play the same politics they played in Rivers State. That made some jihadists single out Port Harcourt, for invasion. I don't know how they want to intend that, but something actually played out when federal government under Bola Ahmed Tinubu delegated the Minister of Works, and housing, David Umahi. I don't know whether it works or what works. I think it should be works. I don't even want to know anything concerning that David Umahi. He was in Abia State, and he was, in company of some powerful senators of Igbo extraction. One of them that was very significant is the deputy speaker, Benjamin, Carlo. After that, a commissioning or whatever, we saw people calling for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. As you can watch, is one of the videos, that's already on this platform. But what played out thereafter was the Benjamin Carlo came out publicly and told the entire Abians, that there's going to be an emir in Abia, in Igbo land, whether it's mentioned Abia State or whatever. And the question is causing ripples. I don't know what he means by that. Alex Oti will be conquered by 2027 or by the next election, or when his tenure expires, that APC government will take over Abia State. And that was what spread the speculation. That's what spread the rumor, that there's already a concluded plan, to install emir in Igbo land. That emir we are talking about, we don't know whether it is a political party, that they want to make sure that APC take over the entire, eastern region. And remember that people must understand this. It will be very difficult for APC to dismantle Alex Oti in Abia State, because I know that the northern Fulani themselves are not happy with Obi's stance. Are not happy, especially that now Alex Oti, for the first time in the history of his tenure, has come out publicly to demand for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release from detention. There are so many other things that are already playing out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is generating dust, within regional blocs in Nigeria. Not only that, outside Nigeria too, we are seeing who is this man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The issue of health surrounding him is not in connection with the plan to install completely and take over the entire East politically by these people, by these Arab Igbos as governors. And at the end of the day, we are going to see a Fulani imposed emir in the southeast. And for them to achieve that, they are only pretending, releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is not coming from the heart until these things have been achieved. It is an exposed reality, and we must keep our eyes open on this fact, because I do not see how somebody will come from there and start telling one of the governors that we are having sympathy for, that has done to an extent extremely well. Abia State goes on state, the number one state in Nigeria, has not been blessed with good governance. This is the first time we are experiencing that. And now, the same people that brought Islamization, brought jihadists, bring bandits in Nigeria, are the same people crying over insecurity. How would you justify that? Benjamin Carlo, respect yourself at this point and allow the people of Abia be. We have won enough. We are feeling the weight of oppression and of suppression, especially something that has to do with the supreme leader himself, IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are not. You came out some time ago when you people came into power in 2023 that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released soon. The same Benjamin, you said it, but what are we seeing today? So whatever plan you are going to have to install emir or to take over and plant Arab governors, Igbo governors in the east, so that you'll be able to, conclude their political conquest, before 2027, before you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will now have a particular place to put down his feet. that plan will be resisted by 85 million Biafrans all over the world. Let me tell you, it will shock you at the end of the day, and also shock Nigerians that the South is coming up as a bloc very soon. Listen to what Jonathan said recently concerning that. That will tell you that it is no longer funny. Jonathan said it very clearly what transpired in his government, how Buhari and all of them, how Buhari become the chief negotiator. We saw what is happening in the north. The northern governors themselves have not given fit to question Sheikh Gumi up to this moment. Irrespective of the number of people that have been killed in the Middle Belt, in Benue, Azi, in Enugu, and not, they have not. Nobody have condemned that. What the Southern of Sokoto said is that the Boko Haram is fighting for good government. How are they fighting for good government? Benjamin, those who made you who you are today, we don't want to know. You are the speaker, deputy speaker in Nigeria. You are not the deputy speaker in...
Make it a habit. 7 minutes of Tai Chi every morning all the way for 1 month. In
Abia State, you cannot come and dictate and come and impose something. And another last thing I want to bring to the public reaction is the issue. Why is it that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is still battling? There we can see clearly now. I said these are the reasons why they are denying this thing. But I want to find out what is Alex Otti actually part of this agenda. Because I know recently he came under pressure by the elders of Abians going to the government house in Umuahia to tell Alex Otti what to do. There's a momentum, there's a consensus that this movement building up, that might shift the attention to another force. Imagine that young people will not be happy with. I can tell you, they might not be as non-violent as IPOB.
Viewers, if you are still watching, click on the like button, drop your comment and also share this program. Now, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu will appear in court 8th of October 2025. What can you say about this?
Let me just say that they have written to the World Medical Association. The head of the president is from Ghana. I think if I can remember his name, something Sliver. I can remember her name. But he's the World President of Medical Association of Nigeria. The petition have gotten to her. The Nigeria Medical Association, from what we are hearing, has also released a report. But I think there will be court decision on that. Or they are working on that. 7 members of the medical practitioners were picked from different zones. About 7 of them, came together and carried out a test. The problem is that why is DSS watching somebody who is in their custody dying and without making any move in that regard? That is wickedness, a clear-cut wickedness. And we don't know what actually that is playing out. The Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is totally handicapped. Can these politicians do they have conscience at all? Especially those from the eastern part of the country. Do they actually have conscience? Posterity, karma, have a way, of defining moments. And you will not be surprised when it strikes. I can tell you, there have been years God has been doing this thing for you to realize where you are, that my people will not die. If they have been like this, then there will be no Israel anywhere in the world. If Israel has kept silent like this, there will be no Jerusalem. What are they going to come out now and say that the report that was initially given by Mazin Nnamdi Kanu personal doctor, who is one of the best physicians in the history of Nigeria, a product of UNN, is not correct? They have taken the blood tests everywhere, all over the world. They are just parabolating, making sure that they find a way to frustrate Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, because they feel that the Igbo leaders themselves has compromised and nobody is able to stand up to question what is actually going on. They went after Samaniba, the same thing. Now, who is talking in Igbo land now? Who is complaining? Who is questioning what is going on in Igbo land now? Who is the one talking now?
Good question.
Who? Tell me the voice in the wilderness speaking for the Igbo people now. And he said that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we should celebrate him. He said we should celebrate his Igbo leaders. For a man that did not commit any crime, he's been allowed to die. Let us see what the Nigeria. They said I submitted the report to the Attorney General of the Federation. Whatever they like, let them decide. Over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whatever they like, let them decide. But thank God today, Nigerians are facing the reality. Sure. The Nigerian pastors who are supposed to take, a decisive action. So what is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talking about? That the Christendom will be conquered. And look at, there's no justification for that. So we have moved from that era to what is Omotosho actually going to judge in the court. James Omotosho, the presiding judge, what are you going to judge now? President Nnamdi Kanu, I know, will not be taken out of Nigeria for medical services under this kind of condition. Agreed, but what are we going to see? Are we going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu discharged and acquitted according to what that has been pronounced by the Supreme Court? That's going to be a devastating issue if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dies in DSS custody. It will be quite regrettable for everybody who has come to that point. This did not happen under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I don't know why Bola Ahmed Tinubu is keeping him there. We do not know. Is it aligning with the movement we are talking about? Does it support that? We saw what happened in United Nations General Assembly, where the government delegate went and supported Hamas.
Viewers, if you are still watching, click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program. Subscribe if you have not done so. God bless you and have a nice day.
Ọbụnụnụ ya nke a na-ekwu ọzọ a na-eme emia ka a na-achọ itinye n'Abia steeti emia ka a na-achọ itinye n'Abia steeti emia ka a na-achọ itinye n'Abia steeti nke etinyere n'Imo steeti na cause problem a na-achọ itinye ọzọ now ndị igwe be anyị nwere ọnụ okwu a na-achọ itinyela ya emia n'Abia steeti. How many minutes? Okay, 10 minutes.
Omotosho has denied Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from presenting his final written address. No. Come on, Omotosho. What is this man high on? Is he on Kolos, or is something touching his brain? Does he know what a final written address is? Does he know? Can someone tap him? Can someone just tap him if you're beside him? Maybe. All these quota judges Nigeria represents, Nigeria raises and gives them office to go and sit down and judge case. Some people who are not even as intelligent as SANS and some senior lawyers are being judges, judging over cases of people that are more intelligent than them. Such a pity. Does Omotosho know the legality of a final written address? Does he know that it is not in his right to deny someone of a final written address? I hope it's a rumor, because I got this report from Nnamdi Kanu's brother. Yes, Kanu Ntakanu. He made a post about it. Let me read it for you. Listen. He wrote on social media. He said, "This is a public briefing note, an unlawful denial of final address by Justice James Omotosho in the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Unlawful denial of final address." Now, this statement is issued by Njoku Jude Njoku Esquire for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Global Defense Consortium. This is part of Nnamdi Kanu's global lawyers writing this. He said, "This public briefing note is issued to address a grave procedural and constitutional violation that has occurred in the ongoing trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before Honorable Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja. The decision to move toward judgment without permitting the defense to present a final written or oral address is not only improper, it is unlawful, unconstitutional, and fundamentally void in law. It is not done. No judge in a criminal trial has ever done what Justice Omotosho just did. Was he dreaming when he uttered those words? I've already answered that part by saying that it is either he is high on colos or it's a rumor. But unfortunately, it is not a rumor. You can see just confirmed by Nnamdi Kanu's global lawyers, global partners, and posted by Nnamdi Kanu's blood brother himself. So Omotosho actually was dreaming. He's dreaming and he's high on weed.
Colos.
This fulfills everything we have been saying.
Some
this
colos.
man is not there to fulfill the law. He is there to change and interpret the law according to the one they discussed in Beer Parlor. Now listen to me, because we are still going forward. What is a final written address and how legal? What are the implications of what he has done? And I dug deep, and this is what I found about final written address and what it actually means. So listen, let me give it to you bit by bit. What is a final written address? A final written address is a summary of each party's case presented after the close of evidence. That is, after both sides have called their witnesses and tendered their exhibits. It is where lawyers analyze the evidence before the court, cite legal authorities, and argue why judgment should favor their client. Essentially, it is the last opportunity for both sides to persuade the judge before judgment. Now, does it have legal backing? Yes, it is backed by law. Listen. Section 294 subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, guarantees that every decision of a court must be based on evidence and arguments properly presented by the parties. Section 36 subsection 1 of the Constitution grants the right to fair hearing, which includes the right to address the court before judgment. Now, Criminal Procedure Act and ACJA 2015 particularly said in Section 257 of ACJA for High Court, it says, after the close of evidence, the court shall hear the final address of the parties. He also said that the word shall makes it mandatory, not optional. Whenever you see shall in the Constitution, it is mandatory. Now, if a defendant is denied the right to address the court, what happens? Listen, this is where it gets interesting. Denying the defendant or their counsel the opportunity to file or present a final written address is a serious breach of fair hearing under Section 36 of the Constitution. It is also a fatal error that can nullify the entire proceedings, because the judgment given without hearing final addresses is a nullity, is null and void. This is very, very clear. Any judgment given without final written address is null and void. Now you ask yourself, why is Omotosho doing this? Why is he trying to rush to judgment, skipping the part of final written address? That is where you should understand what is going on. Nnamdi Kanu has been giving them hot, serving him hot for some time now. His court has become, in fact, Omotosho's court has become as hot as a kettle. Every day he comes to court, he's just praying God that this case should end so that he goes back to sleep, so that he goes back to his normal life. His life is not normal ever since he started handling Nnamdi Kanu's case. And it's his fault. That is why he's trying to skip that part. Because he knows that if he opens the floor for Nnamdi Kanu will whitewash him. Nnamdi Kanu will talk and the world will hear. He's already becoming afraid of Nnamdi Kanu's personality and his voice. Why is he afraid? Why are you afraid of a man
who should even be afraid of his own life. At this point, Nnamdi Kanu's life is at stake. And you want him to keep quiet? You want a man who you are trying to sentence to whatever, whether it is life imprisonment, whether it is many years, or even to the gallows. You expect that man to be a normal human being? Somebody who has been in cell, imprisonment, illegally? You want the man to behave civilized? What is civilized about the dungeon? What is civilized about the dungeon? Maybe you should go and try it. You should go and spend some time in the dungeon, in the DSS cell, to know whether it is okay. Nnamdi Kanu is behaving exactly how a man in that situation should behave. What do you expect from him? To be singing church song and be clapping hand and smiling with you? Is that what you want him to do? Now you want to do what you want to do. You don't want to say what he wants to say. Illegality. That is exactly how Nigeria's court has turned out to be. We are not surprised. This is Nigeria for you. But the problem is the impunity, the way at which blatantly in the eye of the law, you close your eyes. So shameful. How you can see something and pretend you did not see it. People keep quoting law for you, quoting law for you. You cannot do anything about it. You claim to be a judge? A judge? What kind of judge are you that you give judgments and people are not happy about the judgment? Do you know what a judge is? Go and read your Bible. You will know what a judge means. When a judge speaks, everybody respects it. Everybody accepts it with joy. If you are a judge and you are giving judgments and people are crying, people are gnashing their teeth, people are not happy, just know that you're doing something wrong. At this point, we can all agree that you are not a judge. You are just a stooge carrying out the plan of the people who put Nnamdi Kanu in prison. Because there are people who kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu to this prison. They are the ones who have recruited you and you are doing their bidding.
Exactly.
You are doing their bidding.
Exactly.
Suit yourself. We're not going to beg you. But it's clear. You cannot convict Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot convict him. You cannot convict him. It's 10 days to the court case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and as you are aware, we know very well that God is still in charge. Definitely the pressure is still mounting, and I know very well that this man called Justice Omotosho can never sleep until that day. He can never sleep until that day, because the weight on his shoulder right now, he is the one that put it there. He is the one that put the weight on his shoulder. So he should bear it. He should bear that weight, and if he wants that weight to leave his shoulder, he should do the right thing. But if he wants that weight to remain on his shoulder forever till the day he dies, he should do rubbish. He should do rubbish. So let's see you in the next video. Peace.
Okay.
It's a final written address.
Another genocide again. Another genocide again. Another massacre again. Children, I will never. Hey. Nah, mama may be camera. Mama, I don't know. Mama may be camera. Mama, I don't know. Mama. What if I may post about the thing the other says, or do me post or the too much? And I can end there with one thing. I church will end this program. I just saludo. In this area, I just saludo. In this area,
the sad news of some hoodlums that went to a community over Izukala, just at the outskirts, the border with Igbo. And we understand they came from across the border.
Chai bịakwanụ ka unu nụrụ kanselọ gọvanọ Chukwuma Soludo na-akọwa na-agbagburu ịnyịnya agha na-eme elekshọn bịanụ ka unu n'ife o siri gburu nwoke mmadụ ma nụkwanụ ka o si wee mee na ọkọwarị ọfụma na ya bụ ife abụlọkwa obere ife ka mkpụrụ obi nwoke mmadụ ka o zuru ike na ndokwa.
Because INEC couldn't deliver. even with the best of intentions, if the security agencies didn't come through. I must commend all the security forces, the Nigerian police, the army, the DSS, the civil defense, the Navy, and our own local security.
This idiot one ebe ka awo mmiri na agbawo. Mama ka mesi kwu chen ka ntielu na ochi ka ichi ochi ka ijo na gini na ese. Nenu solu udo na nwunye. Nene ono fo ananda. Chineke bụrụ ọnụ ịma na Chukwu bụrụ ọnụ na-esoro ụdị ebe ọ you know this woman anya the man of this woman I don't happy upon ego need everything imana nwunye nwanyị adu no nyesoro ude obi adịghị ya mma imana no nyesoro udo you are not happy upon all the money upon nudu winu kwala banye kwukwa ka unu continue ebe unu kwụsịrị look at you you are not happy you are living in bondage is so just imagine n'anya Saluda wale gude jemunye chedo ye goye meta ya ka owa munye ye nwanye kwurukwa ka ohu no ye saluda alu emegi mgbe onwu na enuru die nwelo conscience ona ka ọ na-ade gbo na enanya ka no ye saludo ebele emegbuolo nye ndo no ye saludo ndo na ime ụmụ nwanyị na-enwe aṅụle iwu ka anụ nọ n'itobe gịnị nwanyị agbụ iche nwoke agbụ iche ọ bụ ibebe na-agba kwesịrị ị na-azọ egwu na-azọ na-eje Soludo agbụ iche nwunye ya agbụ iche kedu ka Soludo ya esi gosi nwunye ya ebe a na-agba ya opi n'ike ọ bụgosiri ihe ya wụdazi na ọka na-epie nwunye ya ya ka Soludo ji agbụ iche nwunye ya na-agbụ iche n'anya nonye Soludo ndo eya abịara ma abịara gị mgbalu ndị ibe m eji wee gbarakụrụ gị egwu mgbalu a ndo nonye Soludo ndo nonye Soludo ndo amada sere gị ndo nonye Soludo ndo ada sere gị ndo ụmụ anụ ọhịa kekuru ya esi nwele stop mind ụmụ ajara phone adịgo the line adịgo open ọdụgo open ụmụ inyo ọibụ unu niile wụ ụmụnne ndị line onye nwere okwu onwe ya na-akpụ unu biko na eji m ohere a wee na-ayọ ụmụ aja na niile onye ọnwụ na ụmụnne nọ Kano steeti n'ugwu Awụsa for now ya kpọnata family before ọ dị too late na ọwụ na ọdụ be late kpọnata family gị before ọ dị late na ọwụ na ọdụ be late biko kpọnata na nwunye ụnụ na ụmụazị unu nwere ike nọrọzi unu anatara nsogbu adụrọ Mana save on life ụmụ save on life ụmụ nwunye gị gbaba sọnsọ n'isi onwe gị da ma eyi egbu gị gbuo family gị. Hello nna mgbede ọma.
Mgbede ọma nwanne m Ada, good evening.
Good evening ezi nwanne nke m ka eke dị.
Anyị dị oke a ngekwa ọlọtị mere gara ezinụlọ.
Chim nọ n'ọlụ nna Chim nọ n'ọlụ.
Lediri Chineke nwanne m ana m ekele njisi ike na-ekele gị na mbọ gị niile n'ihe niile. Biko na program anọ m nọọ kamgbe dị for long time over this comment bedem. The whole fine program niile mere I recorded me not by the side now watch what ya deba odigo ko ade ihe m chọrọ comment here na abụ ụmụ Biafra onye ọbụla kpọrọ onwe ya nwa Biafra si a chọrọ freedom ole mgbe ka ihe ga-emeda anyị ka ihe ga-eme anyị were mara ihe ọwaji m chọrọ ịjụ onye ọbụla onye ọ sọrọ gị na-eso follow anybody you want mana jụọ onwe gị ajụjụ anyị nọ na Finland a ga-eme declaration anyị nọkwara sa asụkwụchi that declaration ha ga-ewere ikike aka ha mezie litigation out that day eche kwesịrị ime ha mezie ya mezie on 29 instead of on 2nd of December. I know that person mekwe ihe sị na ya na intel ya nwetara information na ga release Nnamdi Kanu ọ bịa Finland mebiere anyị ihe anyị mege nwere na-ajị Nnamdi Kanu anyị na ya nọ n'iru ahapụrụ anyị Nnamdi Kanu ya bịa Finland ọ dị ihe ọma mere anyị na mere ihe ọma karịrị eke ụlọ nụcha ihe kwedish ọ nụcha ihe niile a kwedish anyị nọkwa asa anyị na-asị gị wuru soro get how comes elibe that message shiri bịa asị m wuru soro get elibe that message shiri bịa nobody knows asị m protect the mandate how come that mandate onye eji even mgbe eti of the case ya ọnụ or whether access to anything communication I know there somebody say na ya kwuru 30 minutes ya kwuru 100 minutes then nga ho si communicate with Obata Obie on pick point oruzie ya kwele da nwere nnọ na akpọ ihe na ka ihe na akpọ ya so na nne ya nwụọ ya ga-eji ọ na-atụtụ osisi oruzie mgbe nne ya nwụrụ ndị tụtụ ya n'ọnụ ya bịa were gero Obata Obie na communicate ọ na-akpọ gị oruzie mgbe Obata Obie niile idere gị OPM our PM ị gadịghị ahụ ya ihe ya tara atọni imegide ndị arrangement iji help ya coach ya yes na all we are leader all your boss onne m na-eche ekukwe ọ na-abịa ha kpọrọ na akụnụkọ and this group mmemme ihe n'ụgbọ n'ụkwa wute oge nkere that time ọ na-abịakwara na-abịa akụnụkọ na Obata Obie nwere na ọ bịara kpụrụ na ọ na nwere conference ọ na nwere ihe eleda aha anya anọ Zoom meeting mana Obata Obie agwala ọnụ so na-akpọwala na social media and ihe na-ewute mgbu ka ihe niile a na-eme ụnụ na-ahụ evidence na-ahụ ihe niile na-ahụ the handwriting on the wall na-ahụ the handwriting on the wall ọ na-emetụkwa ihe ụnụ na-eme asịrị m ọ na-eso na onye unu na-eso ịghọtago so mena mana ọ ga-awa anyị ihe mwute Igbo niile ihe ụla kpọrọ Igbo ọsọ na legodo a na-ebutere ọnụ emia onye Benjamin Kanu Oshiebe onye Benjamin Kanu mgbe soro udo win na election 2021 ka ọ gịnị ọ pụtara gba egwu ọ pụtara gba egwu because okwu jiri aga mgbe na bịara ya ụgwọ ọman he knows
ezigbo tọpụtara gba egwu ezigbo tọpụtara gba egwu ezigbo
ọdụ na Abuja ka ọ celebrate ọgbata obi anọdị onye na-ekwuru anyị ndị na-ewute mgbu unu niile kpọrọ onwe unu ndị Igbo hụrụ mgbe Simon nọ ihe na-eme the whole shi na-protect ndị Igbo if the whole group ndị Igbo mere onye bịara kwuo okwu about him inwere megbu unu ka ejidere ya lee ihe na-eme si ha otu esi egbuchi ndị be si ha otu esi akụtụzi ụlọ ndị be and enwedo onye na-ekwu okwu ihe Benjamin Kanu bịara apụta ọnụ sọ a ga-enwe emi ya n'ala Igbo ka ọ na-ebe mana na-akụtụsi ụlọ ndị Igbo na Lagos Benjamin Kanu etotoro n'ọnụ ọkwa ihe anyị na-ahụ ka m gwa ụlọ mmiri na-eru na ọ ga-ama onye ọbụla ana m ekwu always lee plan ndị a ji emekrosho hụ na emekrosho si emere ihe atụrụ Simon nga enwezi ike ihe nwere ike mere isi Nnamdi Kanu after ha nwere ka ha succeed eleba ịtụ Simon nga the only hope then ha bịa hụzie the remaining of BLF from nwere ike ipul wait nwere ike ime ihe ụlọ ahapụga ha ihe eme isi Nnamdi Kanu ebe sentensị ọbụla ha ga-enye ya na ndị a ga-eri ya atọ ha akawa ahụ na-echọta ha ga-esi gbuo ha make sure megide ha fụla na the BLF ode shashi ode ka ọghụghọ BLF adịgo weak ha nwezi ike na-asị na a ga-ekpe ikpe a ga-enye judgment because they know that na ha mere nobody will challenge them onwere ga-challenge ha anyị nwere ndị Igbo ọnụ ruru n'okwu hapụ politicians outside Igbo land ka ihe unu na-eme unu ga-anọ akụtụchiri ụlọ unu na Lagos akụtụchiri na Kaduna akụtụchiri everywhere na Abuja ọ na-ekwuru okwu nwa ọnụ nwoke ọ ga-anọkwa atọ ya nga afọ nga mkpụrụ ọka ma ọgwụ nye ya asa mgbagbu ọ ga-anọkwa dị ya onye ara asị enwere ihe a ga-asọ onye ji mma aga ya n'azụ enwere ihe a ga-ekwu ntiri ya mgbe ya chọọ isi ya achọ onye ara nwapụrụ isi ngịrị ka ọ ga-ekwuzi mgbe o nwere ikikere mgbe ihe isi ya nọ onye ji mma aga ya n'azụ nwapụ isi okwu ya ebele ma ndị na-asị ihe ọbụla emere Nnamdi Kanu enwere ihe ị ga-eme right na ugbu a andọ ga-agafele o nwere ihe m chọrọ ịtọwara ndị Igbo onye ọbụla si anyị jiri mmiri ara afa ga-eche echiche anyị na CRC fela USB Ngozi Ọrabeze fela ha wụ sabo ka ha wụ mmebichi ka ha bụ oge nkere the same thing all of them we know since 3, 4, 5 months ago that ndị abịado for this issue ha bịara mmebi the preparation anyị mekere ndị nwere ike ịpụta kwuoro anyị okwu ndị nwere ike ịpụta defend anyị nothing and asọmbụgba agọk mba ihe ị chọrọ anything you want you fight for it ihe ọbụla ị ga-fight ihe ọbụla we cherish na ndụ you put everything you get to get that thing honestly speaking because only was on a guy from Imo State emetere na Kano 3 times deportation o jiri visa aga Holland in deport second visa in deport the last one here the last piece of land for na be here were ga Germany deport ya ọbịa Kano Holland Zealand ọ na Kano onwe ihe ọ ga-ebe ihe na oge goro akpa nne otige na wibaro nere origide ihe that guy that ọ chọrọ ịga oversee he still made it here wụrụ ụkwụ gazi oversee I get me ihe onye chọrọ ihe onye anda asọmbọba agọg anda obodo onye ọkpara ụmụaka barabara ime ọhịa ndụ na-aga ha nwere family they have family ha nwere nwanyị ụmụnne they are losing their mother they are losing their family they are losing their the family house but me all fingers are not equal aka niile aha da aha mana e nwere onyinye ọbụla Chineke nyere na ịchọghị iji ya mee ihe kwesịrị iji ya eme forget about it are you getting me so biko nwere m chọrọ egwu nkwu na echekwere m ihe Even on 20th of November, the only thing I will came at the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Somebody particularly nice. That's what we will welcome. But all the call guarded, Nanyango, or what all of this. I have to don't be analyze. We don't want it. I will acquire your Toshiriga or take out Toshiriga. Let everybody hear it. Because we have failed to do what is right, what we're supposed to do. My man, failed, B failed, C failed. Can you get me? Show me how I get it. The only stronghold I was, the only thing, the only voice I was, this man on ground. And now some gongo. BLS, I'm always in the kind of masra. And to what I get their complaint. It was a home where aging my governors and Bama was saying issue. Ishing Papa Lega Maria.
No, finalize.
Come on. Ada. And make a leggy. Nambo nearly bara. Ojihono de come Ojiman to a Gamegan or Ganokwa. I can energy of that awareness. Secret all I got 1 night. I am matter. Yes, truth. But I'm going to hear from. I'm going to hear from. Here from a we hear Jukanine. Oguchana Wemuri Kiku. Adakachibo, thank you. Imena one them to seek. Oh, yeah, thank you.
Kachifo. Ụmụnne m biko ihe a na-esendịla unu vidiyo a na-esendịla unu na WhatsApp unu na-enweta ya unu a na-atụsasị ya otu unu si wee tụsasị ndị ọzọ ka ndị be anyị mara na agwọ nọzikwa na akịrịka ka ndị be anyị mara dachi na Awụsa abatagokwa ọka ka ndị be anyị mara dachi na ọwọzikwa okwu akwa ọtọ olekwu ekene m na ụmụ aja na asị nka Chukwu okike abịa ma gọziele m unu niile mmaji kwunu mmaji Olisa gọdịwele m unu nọnyere m unu ụlọ adola edo ka m na-enye unu chi ụmụnne m ogologo ndụ na-arụ isi ike sọnsọ ka nna Chineke n'ebe unu nọ n'isi unu n'isi awarịda n'isi ọbata obi n'isi m nwa na onwe m wada ndị gboo ana m asị unu ka ọchịkachifunu ka ọ dị n'echi niile Chukwu m gọzie bye bye